on AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. Now, here are your hosts, Peter and CJ.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings. Right here on Sports 56. Real Sports Talk. AM 560. 96.1 FM. 87.7 FM. And, of course, across the internet streams. It's a bunch of tubes. And we're filling them with audio and video of us being silly for the next 3 hours. Also serious. Somehow we walk the line of being extremely serious and extremely silly simultaneously.
It's a hard line to walk.
It is. It's the ordinary show for extraordinary times.
Very much so.
And that's what we're all about right here. From the Family Leisure Studios, I am Peter Edmiston. And joining me, of course, my colleague, I was going to try to do some kind of a rhyme for you, but I was like, no, you know what? I got to save all my mental energy for.
You have to.
Yeah, I can't do it. But he is the one and only, the shiniest, I think the shiniest host.
You better bring it
in Memphis radio.
You're right, I am.
I mean, there's no one
Nothing but
shiny.
shea butter, baby.
I mean, it is just glistening, the glisteningest co-host that anyone could ever have.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, he does not need any powder. It's all just shine, shine, shine. Wear your sunglasses when you're talking to him, ladies and gentlemen. CJ Hurt.
Hey, everybody. What's going on? This ain't nothing but that yellow shea butter, that African shea butter you get at the hair store.
I've seen your
real moisturized.
You got an unbelievable amount of shea butter.
Well, now it's low. Now I got to go to the store.
Well, because you bought it
get some
2 years ago.
It's almost out.
So the big thing is almost.
Yeah. That's. I'm scraping the bottom to get that out. But even scraping the bottom, that's still more than enough to moisturize my head and my arms and one leg. So I'm good.
One leg.
One leg, and then I have to dip back in and get a little bit more to get the other leg.
Got to double.
Yeah.
Got to
double dip.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. It's nice though. That's good. I like that stuff. It's it looks like a container of lard. I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
That you get from the if you get the Mexican food store, the lard.
Oh,
container.
okay.
Very similar.
Yeah.
About yay big. The color is slightly different. Shea butter's a little more yellow. Lard's a little lighter in color, but very similar. Texture's a little different as well, but you could probably moisturize with lard as well.
I would think so.
You would smell.
I don't see anything.
You probably smell
wrong
really
with that.
good. You smell very delicious. What is? Oh man!
What is that
as the sun hits your lard head and he starts to sizzle slightly.
Probably frying egg on my head.
Am I frying? This is delightful. I don't know what's going on here. This is nice though. I like this.
Yes.
What's that scent you're wearing? It's bacon. Thank you for noticing. I appreciate that.
Nothing but that pork.
Just a little pork. I
put on. Just dab a little here, dab a little there.
Make people love bacon.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly right. Today on the show, we have much to discuss. We will get into a lot of the serious matters at hand and several of the very silly matters at hand. Also, joining us to help with that will be our friend Dustin Starr, 5 Star, joining us at 9 o'clock to talk about the world of wrestling, including a little COVID situation with the WWE, as Orlando is one of the hot spots in the country, very inconveniently for the NBA and WWE and WNBA and a few other outlets that are trying to do some work down there. MLS, I think, was trying to get down there. It's somewhat inconvenient for them that it's a little bit of a hot spot. Major League Baseball was going to do Florida and Arizona and Texas, I believe, and all three are not doing so good. So, but baseball, we may get some baseball after all. So we're going to talk about that, which is exciting for people who like baseball. That would be all of you out there. But we'll talk about that also. We'll talk about the continuation of the Mike Gundy story. The Gundy story continues. The discussion continues. Up and down. Left and right. We'll get to all of that. We'll talk about the NBA Coaches Union and their concerns with what's going on. We'll keep you updated on what's happening at Harbortown and Hilton Head Island in South Carolina. There is live golf that is happening as we speak. So much more to get to. So we'll do all of that coming up. But before we do too much else, CJ, you know we have to welcome in the third member of the team.
Texts have already started coming in.
Yes. 67129, everybody. 67129. Ladies and gentlemen, he is, of course, the Prince of Whitehaven, the king of most everybody else's bling, the Baron of not sharing, the Duke of the Cucumber.
Every time.
What do we got? You gonna hit him with the texters first? You gonna hit him with yours first?
Yeah, we'll go text first. Texter says, burgers he don't give a hell. He'll be at home eating his kale, waiting on the next big sale.
Oh.
I see you. Okay, I like that texter.
A little triplicate.
I like that texter. He loves to eat the vegetables.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh. I got out here on the limb. I got out on the limb. Loves to eat vegetables. And he likes the nacho Lunchables because that doesn't have meat. I messed it up. Already. Boy. I messed it up. I thought I had some vegetables.
You got more. Got full of Dragon Balls like Goku. Watching VeggieTales all night on his Roku.
There we go. Texter says he don't eat no pork, but it's June. He like them short shorts. He likes eating lean. He don't fool with pork and beans. Texter also wants you to know that he appreciates the love for the Zebo double-double. We appreciate you, Texter. Keep them coming because yours are so good.
Being a vegetarian is his duty, but he still like the meat in that booty.
Okay. There we go. I'm assuming that's true. Oh.
Is that true? Is that true, Zach?
Is it true? He's nodding his head for those watching. He can't say his mom.
He can't.
His mom's listening.
Right. But he's acknowledging.
More importantly, my mom is listening. He's my mom's favorite part of the show. And if you serve him a ton of meat, he won't go.
Let's see. He's eating them veggies. He's got a nice, respectable weight. It's about time for my man to get out there and get that date.
Okay. All right. He just left
logged
the
off?
chat.
Is that it? Oh man.
Oh my gosh, we just lost Zach.
I didn't realize. This is the first time it's ever happened. Oh no. Is he out? Is he like, I can't deal with this anymore?
I guess so. I'm looking at him. He's still over there.
What happened?
I don't know.
I was gonna bring him in, but now I don't know if I can do it. I can't. This is shocking. This is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you watching us on the stream, Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Love all that.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Zach again. Rack said,
that was a rhyme without trying. I see you.
He's at I can't even help myself. He's at Rack City Zach on the Twitter. He's told everybody again that we got the Mike Grundy story coming up. So that's exciting.
That's exciting. I can't wait to talk about Grundy.
His tweets are my favorite. One time this week, my man said he was Sports 55.
I missed the Sports 55 one.
Sports 55. Oh, I almost fell out of my chair. I was laughing so hard. Sports 55. Is that Zach? Is that your special channel? Like you got a little sub channel for your own broadcast on Sports 55 while we're on Sports 56? Okay. Sports 55. 87.3.
3? No, it would be 87.6.
87. Yeah, it's 87.6.
Kind of sports talk on Sports 55, 87.6.
Real veggie talk.
Ooh.
The realist. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Rack City's finest. Ladies and gentlemen, Zachary Boyd. Hello, Zach.
What's going on, guys?
What's up? Zach. Why can't you send tweets out the right way?
Listen, when I'm typing, my thumbs cover the keyboard, and so
when thumbs are not unusually large. I mean, I'm just
it's not, but considering that my phone is kind of small, to me, my thumb hovers over multiple letters, and so when I'm typing, I'm thinking like, okay, autocorrect finna kick in because it knows what I'm trying to say.
But no Gundy.
So, so your eyes don't work either. You got to like read it.
You just send it out so fast you can't even. You just like I gotta send it out. I gotta get this to the people right now.
Well, I try to at least get it out at the top of the show, like the first few minutes of the show. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Well, now
gotta let us on your show on Sports 55.
And that was a mistake too. I didn't realize I made that mistake until Peter tagged me into it. It's like Sports 55. I'm like, wait, what?
I can't let that go. Sports 55. I mean, come on, I can't let that go. And then my favorite part is he tried to correct it and he did it again.
Yes,
Sports 55 twice.
Good.
That was beautiful. It's fantastic.
Glorious.
Never change, Zach. Never ever change.
I don't think he could if he wanted to.
Stay exactly as you are. You are beautiful. You're beautiful. You are a flawless diamond. Never change. Never.
I'll do my best.
Mike Grundy talk coming up. Grundy talk. Who's Mike Grundy?
Isn't Grundy the bad
guy? Solomon
guy?
Grundy. Wasn't there Solomon Grundy?
Wasn't there Grundy in like Superman or something like that?
That's what I'm saying. Solomon Grundy. I think it's Solomon Grundy. Pretty sure.
So Mike is his cousin or his little brother.
Interesting. Could be. 67129 on the text. By the way, keep sending those rhymes in. CJ will not be with us tomorrow, but I'll get to I'll read your messages tomorrow. Gabe Kuhn's gonna hop in and co-host the show with us.
Oh, nice!
It's gonna be exciting. I thought I never invited Gabe to join the party with me and Zach, so it's,
okay.
I'm excited about that. Zach, we're gonna be able to be on our best behavior with Gabe.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? Zach's best behavior is a lot of people's worst behavior.
That's a good point. I'm speaking also myself here. I mean,
okay.
I'm saying us. You know, the collective of we have to. You know, we have a guest.
Guests coming through, so we can't be talking about the thickness of Mrs. Incredible and stuff like that.
Right,
yeah.
Right. We got to we got to take the nice silverware out and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Got to put up all the junk. Got to hide it in the back room there.
I didn't know we had nice silverware and cups and stuff because everything I eat and drink out of is plastic. Like that's how I roll. Until Thanksgiving, we had Evan and Omari and Kari and a bunch of other people from my wife's family over, and she's just pulling out this fancy like glass cups and fancy silverware. It's like, yo, when do we get those? I've always had these. I just never had a reason to bring them out. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So eating dinner with me is not a good enough reason.
She ain't gonna waste it on you.
No, obviously she's not.
You have no appreciation for it.
Dishes I had never seen before.
I mean, you're showing up to dinner in a Turtles onesie. I mean, she's not gonna get the fine china out to serve Donatello over here. I mean, that's not gonna work.
I could at least know we had fine china. I had no clue.
CJ, for those who don't know, CJ is notoriously unobservant when it comes to stuff. You had a whole couch.
You didn't
even realize was there for months. So I'm surprised.
She said she's made some more changes to the house and won't tell me what she's done. And she told me that 2 weeks ago, and I've given up trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'd be frustrated too.
I am frustrated. You're right.
No. I'm with her.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
no, she's correct on that. She's correct on that. All right, so Now, as we mentioned, so much to kind of sort through. Solomon Grundy and so many more. Now, have you seen Kendrick Perkins getting off on this Kyrie Irving business a little bit?
I've seen some of it. I hadn't been following Kendrick Perkins a whole lot.
He's of the opinion that Kyrie is a bleep disturber and does not seem to have a very high opinion of him. Mm-hmm. And he thinks that he's been a distraction, even though he was trying not to be a distraction. Kendrick Perkins tweets out last night, 2 people have been lynched in the state of Texas. A young African-American lady was killed in Akron, Ohio behind a hate crime. And has that been highlighted like it should have been? No, because for the last 2 days we've been talking about Kyrie Irving.
Oh, okay. What?
There have been a disturbing series of lynchings or apparent lynchings, I guess. I don't know the best way to phrase it, but it certainly appears that way around the country. And there was news left in Oakland, in a park in Oakland last night. Mm-hmm. There's a bad scene happening. I think it's being discussed, though. I would disagree with Kendrick. I don't think Kyrie is distracting from a national discussion. I do think it has made the news. I mean, maybe I'm mistaken, but I do think that it has been.
I found out about it from the news.
Yeah, I feel like we got the info. I don't think that anybody was discussing Kyrie Irving's attempt to derail the potential restart of the NBA, and when we were missed out on some of this information. I don't think that's happening, to be fair to Kendrick Perkins.
Kendrick Perkins wants there to be basketball like all of us want there to be basketball. And Kyrie's point is when basketball comes back, let's not just distract people from what is going on in the world, which is a fair point coming from Kyrie. And that's hard to say. But if Kendrick Perkins' reaction to Kyrie Irving saying that, in the dialogue around Kyrie Irving saying that is, hey, he's distracting us from these heinous hate crimes and lynchings that are going on right now, and there is no basketball being played. What does he think is going to happen when basketball gets played? If Kyrie Irving can distract us in a moment when nothing else is going on, what does he think other players, more well-respected players, are going to be able to do when basketball comes back to the American psyche and American attention span? Like, what does he think is going to happen when that happens? He just doesn't like Kyrie. I don't know. They played together in Cleveland, right? Mm-hmm. I bet you he's had a lot of conversations, or heard Kyrie have a lot of conversations about opening the third eye and just like, nah, this dude is a space cadet. I'm out. Like so many of us, and rightfully so, because Kyrie is a bit of a space cadet, but he is right on the topic. He and Avery Bradley and others are right on the topic of not wanting to detract away from what protesters are working so hard to achieve and accomplish right now. There's no more need for attention. Everybody is or awareness, everybody is aware. So now there needs to be tangible action and tangible things taking place. I don't get it. This Kendrick Perkins thing with Kyrie, from what I've seen, feels a little bit more personal than simply I'm offering my opinion from Kendrick Perkins.
Well, Kendrick Perkins to me is a little bit of a he's got a little Skip Bayless kind of thing. Mm-hmm. A little bit of he's not afraid to just say whatever to kind of get it going a little bit and mm-hmm. just kind of stir it up, which I think is sort of ironic because he's sort of that's what he's accusing Kyrie of doing, and he himself is being probably as big of a distraction in the whole thing, while by accusing Kyrie of being a distraction when Kyrie is trying to avoid distraction and has not said anything, to my knowledge, has not said anything publicly. His comments have been reported upon and seem to be pretty widely known, but he has not come out and done anything that would be distracting. It's not as if he's made some kind of weird video or made some sort of a statement or done some kind of a public announcement that would have caused a bunch of stir. He's just kind of been talking. Kendrick Perkins also, for the record, tweeted out, said, Mother Nature's better be cool and chill, because I honestly took it light on Kyrie today when I really could have exposed the bleep that he's doing on them phone conversations. Carry on. So Kendrick's not a fan. what I'm saying.
Okay.
As ever, I think the discussion is fine, and I don't think anyone is missing out on what's happening around the country because of the discussion around Kyrie. Now, I do think once basketball starts, that's a different thing. I think that you have only to look at what happened yesterday with the Premier League. The Premier League returned. There'll be more Premier League action later on today, and then every day, for a while now through Sunday, there'll be some games and stuff. And they all the players wore Black Lives Matter instead of their names on the back of their jerseys. They just had the phrase Black Lives Matter. They had a Black Lives Matter patch on their uniform. They kneeled prior to the very first game. They kneeled down, and that was all great, and it highlighted their feeling on the issue. But then once the games were played, and like that was what the story was. The story was what happened in the games, and I think there are ways that players can continue to raise awareness and stuff. But like once the games start, the games are going to make the big news. If you look on all the various soccer sites, for example, the story is Manchester City beating Arsenal, 3-0. It's not about what did this player X did he kneel down or player. It's not about that, and it's been about that for a while. So that's the thing. Unless there's something elaborate that happens, unless players have a and I know there's been some talk, and I've heard tell that there may be some extremely elaborate possibilities of some of the things that players may do. Unless it's something like that, I think it's going to quickly kind of get pushed down with the actual sports. We have a very well-oiled sports highlight and discussion machine. That once sports kick in, once that fuel of the games and the stuff and the feuds between players and stuff starts to feed that machine, well, then you start to get the discussion. You start to get the Skip Baylesses and the Stephen A's start to talk, and then that feeds another thing, and then you have the highlights and all that stuff, and next thing you know, you're right back to where you were. And I think that's what he's warning about. So you don't want to go back to what quote-unquote normal was, because we're in a unique moment.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They're going to play. So let's see what they do and how they use the platform that they have.
Well, I can tell you this. No matter how you feel about Kyrie or anyone else, one thing we all know is that the NBA protocol tells you that you cannot share snorkels between players. And so just remember that. We go through
Great.
One of my favorite little details in the NBA's 113-page protocols. No sharing of snorkels, guys. One snorkel, one player. Remember that. That's the rule. Deal with it. We'll come back. We'll talk Mike Grundy.
All right.
And then we'll correct ourselves and talk Mike Gundy. But first, Mike Grundy. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Hi, it's The Herd. And all week, we've been getting Lowe's dedications from listeners telling us their favorite DIY dad stories. Here's one of my favorites.
When I was about 10 years old, he built an electric racetrack, and it's something I'll never forget. One of my fondest memories of any of the things that he built for me. It's very cool.
Listen for more Lowe's dedications or check out the hashtag #DadBuiltThis. DIY dads turn houses into homes, and Lowe's believes home is what unites us.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Father's Day sale. For a limited time only, trade in your old clubs and receive a 50% bonus trade-in towards any participating Cobra inline golf clubs. All Nike, Adidas, Puma, and Under Armour apparel is now 25% off. Check out the Bushnell Tour V5 rangefinder, which measures up to 400 yards to the flag. And introducing Bushnell's Wingman, the world's first Bluetooth speaker with audible GPS distances. Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Father's Day sale going on now. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your dentist to actually believe you?
And you're flossing every day.
Absolutely.
Great. And you're cutting down on your sweets?
Of course.
Wonderful. Then I don't even need to look in there.
Great. See you in 6 months.
There's never been a better time to switch to Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th. Limitations apply. Visit geico.com for details.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a 3-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
The sentimental fool don't see trying hard to recreate what had yet to be created.
Soft Rock Thursday?
32 up. She musters a smile.
Furs up. What is it? This is exciting. What we got?
This is Grammy's Song of the Year in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
But this is the actual list this time.
We got the actual list.
This is the actual list.
Here we go. How many times does he mess up today?
I'm positive this is the actual list.
Eagle-eared listeners will remember last week when Zach somehow butchered what should have been a very straightforward list of Song of the Year in 1990s, and somehow got 3 of them wrong. I don't know how that even happened. I will never know, but somehow he did. So okay, so you're sure?
Yeah.
You're gonna put your well-earned reputation on the line.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's not right, then he loses the reputation for accuracy.
Okay.
CJ, you look. It looks like your angle is lower than. Are you like? Either you're taller. Did you raise your chair up, or what's happening here?
Yeah, I raised the chair up.
You raised this chair up? No, not you, CJ.
Oh, CJ.
Nah, I think I'm good now. Am I good?
No, it's fine. It's fine either way. I'm just.
Oh no, I must have bumped the camera or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
It's fine.
I'm just trying to figure out what to compare Zach's accuracy to.
Zaccuracy.
his accuracy. Nathan Peterman.
No, I'm better than that.
No, you're not. Shaq at the free throw line.
I'm better than that.
He's got. Come on. He's Bo Outlaw. At least.
At least give me Ryan Mallett. I mean, at least he was a top high school prospect.
Oh, don't bring up Ryan Mallett.
Were you a top high school prospect?
No, but I
and picking
one
songs
could
from
think.
A top producer prospect?
One could
top
believe.
producer prospect.
4 stars, Zach Boy.
That would have been nice though
Look at
if I was ranked.
Those mixtapes on YouTube with the music, and he's like picking the music. See the little. Yeah. So the Mike Gundy situation continues to happen. The latest thing, well, there's two aspects of this. Number one, Mike Gundy said in his own words, he was a dumbass for wearing the OAN shirt. He continues to sort of push the idea that he had no idea what was really happening with that network and Black Lives Matter. And once he realized it, he was mortified and shocked and just couldn't believe it.
Okay.
That seems.
Also, it's not the shirt, Mike.
It's not the shirt.
It's not the shirt. That's not why people are upset. What?
It's not the shirt. Certainly. It's also implausible that any of that would be true. But okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. We'll table that for the moment, because the other part of it is Alfred Williams. Alfred Williams, who is now 51 years old, but he says that, and this was a story at the time and is now coming back up for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
He was a linebacker at Colorado and said that he was walking off the field in Stillwater right before halftime of a game in 1989, and he heard Oklahoma State's star quarterback call him the N-word. Said it happened twice. Happened during that part, and then happened during the second time, the second half of Colorado's win in 1989. And, of course, that quarterback happened to be Mike Gundy. And he says, I remember that was the first time that Colorado beat Oklahoma State while I was there. It was a big win. It was a really big win. And I remember Mike Gundy called me the N-word. That's what I remember. Shannon Sharp told this story yesterday on his show, Undisputed. And then there were sort of game stories that were there, and Gundy denied it each time. Williams did another interview with the Oklahoman this morning and says he wants an apology. But he said this was the first time I'd seen Gundy's response from that day in 1989. It stirred up painful memories. He says, I want an apology from him, and I want to see him have some growth. If he denies he said that, I have at least 20 people who will vouch for what happened that day. I'm a little upset because after 31 years, I finally saw the story published in your papers out in Oklahoma. That was the first time I saw some of the responses to what I said. In the St. Louis Dispatch, he said, look at the University of Colorado and its players. They got rapists. I said, wait a minute, what does that have to do with Alfred Williams or anything? I'm not part of any of those stories. I wasn't part of anything like that. There was a story written in 1989 about Colorado and some crime that was related to certain players. He said, why would I part of be anything that's dishonorable? The fact that he tried to discredit me, it's 31 years later, and I just saw the article for the first time today. So yeah, I'm a little upset. He said it not only to him but to a few other guys on the field. And one of the players, a player named Canavis McGee, joined Williams in saying that Gundy used racial comments, what they termed at the time racial comments in 1989. McGee said, he said it to me, this was actually after the game, he said it to me and a couple other guys on the field. It got me real upset. Here's a guy in the spotlight all the time to say something like that is not cool at all. All it did was fire us up. At the time, Gundy said, I didn't say it. It's just not true. I've been here 4 years and well over half of my friends are black. I just did not say that. I would not say something like that. He said only one time has he ever been called Alfred Williams said the only one time he's ever been called the N-word during a game was during that game. He said, even throughout the NFL, he's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. playing with Pro Bowler. He had a very illustrious career, College Football Hall of Famer. He said only one time has that ever happened, and it was that day. He said he's pushed at least 4 high school coaches of recruits to send their kids elsewhere. So when you combine all of this with the shirt and what the shirt represents in this case, to me now you have a much bigger problem, a much more pressing issue, or a much more obvious manifestation of the deeper issue that the T-shirt represents.
I don't know how so. Like that's what I don't get. Like the network that Gundy rocks with, the network that he's been singing the praises of for quite some time now. We know what that network is. We know what it represents. I don't know why a story like this has to come out for the situation to raise to a certain level of seriousness in the case of Mike Gundy. If you rock with those types of things, you are that type of person. If you rock with racist things, if you rock with racist symbols, if you rock with symbols of white supremacy, you are a racist, you are a white supremacist. I don't know why we need to have examples like this of just overt racism coming out for us to treat things with the seriousness that we should. When Mike Gundy decided to sing the praises of that network, people should have in the program pulled him to the side and said, Coach, you need to sit down and listen. We love you. We love the fact that you're one of our own. We love the fact that you've taken us to heights Oklahoma State football has never been. But you can't hold these beliefs and coach young black men. You can't do that. And so we're going to have to talk to you about the history of black people in America. We're going to have to talk to you about American history. We treat black history like it is just one group's responsibility to know about it or to inform others about it. It's American history. Like, we're going to teach you about American history and the plights of black people through that time so that you get a better understanding and you see why this is not just balanced news. This is not something that is just straight down the middle with no spin, no tilt, no nothing. Like, that is when it should have happened. Now, when this comes out, I don't get it. You wear that shirt, you listen to that network, I guarantee you got mad at a black person and said that word. This is not surprising to me. I saw the story and it's like, oh, okay, cool. That makes sense. Yeah, I'd believe it. Okay. It all makes sense. I don't know why we need this example, though, before we decide to take it to the next level when it comes to, in this case, Mike Gundy, but others.
Well, I mean, we shouldn't, but we do. I think you have to make in the case of so many folks. It's a little bit like the Me Too movement, where you have somebody who has a reputation for lots of stuff and lots of rumors and lots of discussion about what the type of person someone is, but there have been stories for years that weren't believed, and then at one point the overwhelming preponderance of stories gets to be too much, and they start getting heard and they start getting believed. And this is another example of that. This is why that would change. I mean, I agree with you. It's right in keeping with what you would expect. Mm-hmm. And there's no reason that Alfred Williams or any of the other players, now or at the time would have made something like that up. That doesn't make any sense. And they weren't believed. It doesn't appear at the time. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to do it now, especially. But when you have more and more examples, the story becomes clearer and clearer. And for some people, you have to make the story crystal clear. And for some people, you have to make the story beyond crystal clear. And sometimes when the story is crystal clear, some people still won't believe it. But there's a group out there, CJ, that is, I would say, persuadable, maybe is the right word, that if the overwhelming preponderance of evidence becomes clearly that you got a problem and that Mike Gundy's got a problem, with race relations, then that persuadable group can move and push their weight towards making a change or having some kind of a, I'm not saying, fire the guy any more than Alfred Williams is saying fire the guy. Mm-hmm. But there has to be some tangible change in the way that he goes about his daily life and the way that he goes about his business of coaching young black men and young men, period. Those persuadables, if they get enough tangible evidence and you start to shift their weight, then that's when stuff happens. If it stays where, 30% think he's racist, 30% think he's being persecuted, he's not a racist at all, and the 40% just kind of stays in the middle, okay, whatever. But if that 40% slides towards the other way, then it becomes 70-30, and then you got an issue. And I think that's where these kinds of stories can be powerful in that respect.
I know Zach is a vegetarian, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Zach came in here every day on every show, every chance he got, was like, you know what smells really good? Bacon. Man, I was at a cookout the other day, and boy, those hot dogs sure did look good. I'd begin to question whether or not Zach was a real vegetarian. Like, you don't sing the praises of things you don't like. You don't feel in your heart, in your gut, in your soul. So he is singing the praises of this overtly racist network, terribly racist network, and he's calling that down the middle reporting. No BS. That's what he's calling that. And he's singing those phrases. Right there, it is, yo, you're racist. I'm not racist. Well, you like things racist people like. So we need to have a conversation right there. And I get your point about trying to persuade the persuadable and move them so that they help us move things forward. And that's what's going on right now when you think about all the protests. The persuadable have been persuaded and have joined the movement to try and move everything in a direction that is better for everybody involved, all parties involved. I'm just not surprised that this happened to Gundy, and to bring it to today, not surprised that Mason Rudolph may have said that. Like, it seems like something that some of these dudes, when they get pressed, when they get frustrated, they go to, because that is, we're trash talking. I'ma go there. You've made me mad. I'm trying to hurt you the way you hurt me. I'm going to that point. And, that is why
it's very plausible.
To get that sort of reaction from somebody like Myles Garrett. And surprisingly, Gundy didn't get a similar reaction. But every time I see an interaction between athletes, one black, one white, the tinge of race is there. And when that interaction escalates, it is in the back of my mind like, yo, did he say the magic word? Because if he said the magic word, that saying that to the wrong person, that's the reaction you get. So what happened at Mississippi State, when, who was it? I forget my man's name, who broke the quarterback's jaw. Like, what was going on there during bowl season? Like, what made him so upset that he decided he needed to whoop this dude like that? Like, what happened in that pile with Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph? Like, what is happening in those moments? And Gundy is not doing anything, or this story about Gundy is not doing anything to dissuade me from believing that those types of things are commonplace, especially in football.
Mason Rudolph, as you mentioned, who was his coach?
I think he went to Oklahoma State. I can't remember who was the coach at the time.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. The world is connected, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, who could imagine a former Oklahoma State quarterback using racial slur on the field?
Mm.
It's amazing. 67129 on the text line. 67129 360-8255. We'll come back. This Mike Gundy. Hopefully Mike Grundy's doing better than Mike Gundy.
Mike Grundy is 1-1. He's an MMA fighter.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully he can improve a little bit. Or maybe did he retire after 2 fights? He's like, that's it. I'm good. Things are going much better for Ryan Silverfield and the University of Memphis Tigers. We'll talk about that when we return. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Sports Time on Sports 56 with Wallo and Stats. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. How old is your water heater? With most of the water heaters in the Mid-South located in the attic, the worst day you can replace your water heater is one day too late. It may be time for a tankless water heater from Conway Services that never runs out of hot water. Plus, these energy-saving models only heat the water you use, saving you money on your gas bill every month. Most 10-year-old water heaters were about 65% efficient when they were new, compared to a tankless water heater from Conway Services is up to 98% efficient. Plus, right now, get your tankless water heater from Conway Services for as low as $79 per month. Or I'll give you $300 for that old tank water heater. And no more worrying about that tank bursting in your attic either. And with over 8,000 5-star reviews, you know Google guaranteed Conway Services will be providing that award-winning service every time. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier tankless water heater professionals at 384-3511. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old water heater will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Ready to take on that painting project? Ask Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94 June 19th through 30th. With 30% off our exceptional paints and stains, you can give some color love to your bathroom, living room, or every room in your home. Shop in store or order online for curbside pickup. Retail sales only, some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Hi, this is Jay Farner, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. We can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so when you call 8338-ROCKET or visit us at rocketmortgage.com to start your refinance, you'll be well on your way to saving money every month. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.375%, APR 3.59%. Right now could be a great time for you to take some positive financial steps forward with a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, which could give you the boost that you're looking for. In addition, we may be able to help you refinance with little or no out-of-pocket costs. At Rocket Mortgage, we're committed to every client, every time, no exceptions, no excuses, giving you the best mortgage experience. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Rates subject to change. Pay 1.875% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Great news, sports fans. The Butcher Shop Steakhouse is now open for dine-in service. Make a reservation and enjoy a mouth-watering steak dinner. Or, if you prefer, take it curbside. In addition to their fantastic steaks, the Butcher Shop Steakhouse has a variety of entrees, including Canadian lobster tail, crab stuffed shrimp, hand-seared red snapper, and fresh ground steak burger with portobello mushroom sauce. Planning to cook out? The Butcher Shop Steakhouse offers a great selection of hand-cut fresh steaks, lamb chops, Atlantic salmon, and more. Father's Day is coming soon, so make your reservation for dine-in or pre-order for curbside pickup. The Butcher Shop Steakhouse, dine-in, curbside, and delivery. Call us at 757-4244 and visit our website, thebutchershop.com, for menus and more. The Butcher Shop Steakhouse, Walnut Grove and Germantown Parkway.
Casper's the sleep company with outrageously comfortable products at not-so-outrageous prices. And now you can help Dad upgrade to the comfort of Casper with the Father's Day sale. Save 10% on any mattress order or get $25 off. All you have to do is spend $100 or more on gifts for Dad. This Casper Father's Day sale is going on through June 23rd. The offer excludes bundles, the Element mattress and sale items. Limit one offer per customer and order. See casper.com/terms.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Were they just giving the Grammys to soft rock songs?
Pretty much. Soft rock was. I'm shocked it left us. We really like soft rock.
I mean, we do, and we should. It's so good.
Real quick, Mike Grundy is 12-1.
Oh.
After that loss, he was 3-0 and then lost, so he went 3-1 and has it yet to lose with 5 submissions. Well, yet to lose since then. So it's been 9 fights, 5 submissions, 1 knockout.
Where's he fighting? Like, where can I watch Mike Grundy?
The last fight he had was UFC Fight Night Till versus Masvidal in 2019. Aspera FC, Ice Fighting Championships. Been in Bama for a little bit.
Ice fighting. Love ice fighting.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Sub-Zero. Very good at ice fighting. I'll tell you that.
The greatest.
The champion, the undisputed champion.
Greatest.
This is exciting. Mike Grundy.
Mike Grundy out here.
Let's get after it.
Yeah.
Mike Grundy, good
Working
job.
him out. 12-1.
Zach has unearthed a superstar here.
Picking winners.
Speaking of picking winners, the University of Memphis football team continues to get some significant commitments, and this is a time you wouldn't this is been good, been kind of good time of the year for Mike Norvell previously, and now Ryan Silverfield, same thing. He's been big week for him because he welcomes in the new practice facility yesterday. They cut the virtual ribbon on that indoor practice facility that has been in the works for years and years and years and years, finally taken care of. And celebrating with a couple of big commitments, including a 3-star defensive tackle named Cameron Jackson, who flipped from LSU to Memphis. He did not sign a letter of intent, so no worries there. He should be good to go for this fall. And that brings him, he's almost a top 50 defensive tackle, a big-time high school prospect. He had a lot of interest from SEC schools, a lot of interest from Power 5 schools, and he's a big dude. 6'6", well over 300.
Mm-hmm. That's a large person. That's a large
Especially
person.
Especially a big high schooler. It's a big old high schooler.
Not fair in high school.
Good Lord.
And this is what you need, though. We make a lot.
You need big people?
Yes.
Play football?
We don't make enough big people. We don't make enough big, agile, athletic people big enough to impact college football games. We make a lot of running backs and receivers and quarterbacks and corners and safeties and even linebackers. We don't make a lot of big, athletic linemen, defensive and offensive. So for Memphis to be able to go out there and get a defensive tackle like this is huge. Is huge because that is going to be a mismatch problem if he develops the way we think he will under Silverfield. That could be a mismatch problem that could free your defense up to do so much. Think about what Aaron Donald is doing at the next level, what he was doing in college.
Are you saying this kid is like Aaron Donald?
I'm saying he could have a similar sort of impact on
listen to CJ,
a game.
The next Aaron
game.
Donald.
I'm not saying that.
The next Aaron Donald coming in to Memphis.
I'm just saying, think about what Ndamukong Suh was able to do at Nebraska and professionally. If this kid could come in and create those types of mismatches at the collegiate level for an American Athletic Conference school, like Memphis could be in good shape going forward, or will continue to be in good shape going forward.
Yeah, I got a lot of 3-stars. Another 3-star added to the mix. It's a tremendous group, and I'm excited to see the kid Kalen Granberry come into the mix. But he's got some competition in the backfield from J.P. Taylor, another commit who's come into the mix. So Memphis up to 2 in the AAC, according to 24/7 Sports, 64th nationally.
Who's ahead of him? Is it UCF?
I think it's
Cincinnati. Okay.
Yeah, it's Cincinnati. But they're doing extremely well. So Cincinnati's been really killing it too. But man, if Silverfield continues this and then you just keep going up and doing kind of what Norvell did and just kind of elevating from Justin Fuente, things could be extremely exciting for Memphis. We'll see. Lots to do, but I don't know how you go any higher than the Cotton Bowl. It's hard to do much more than that. Other than getting in the playoffs. You've got a lot to live up to, but he's certainly recruiting like a champ. Very, very impressive stuff from Ryan Silverfield. When we come back, hour number 2 of the program. Later on, we're going to spin the wheel of conversation in hour number 2. We're also going to talk to our good friend Dustin Starr in hour number 3. So lots to get to here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
All the boys think she's a spy. She's got Patty Davis eyes.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your teenager to help around the house?
Okay, Mom, I emptied the dishwasher, vacuumed the basement, and folded the sheets out of the dryer.
Wait, what?
Oh, and next, I'm going to clean Mitten's litter box.
Are we in some kind of prank show or something? That's a camera, isn't it?
There's never been a better time to switch to Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th. Limitations apply. Visit geico.com for details.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper. 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase. And 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC. DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
This is Eli Savoy from Sports 56 Middays. Join Greg and me as we hit the road again. That's right, we've been locked up too long, so we'll head to Frontier Western Store on Goodman Road in Olive Branch this Friday from 10 to 1. Come join us as we'll have all types of prizes and giveaways, as well as lunch catered by Moe's Southwest Grill. What a great place to get that special gift for a special dad with Father's Day on Sunday. We'll see you Friday from 10 to 1 at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, as we hit the road again.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also watch live video of all of our shows on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Periscope. Don't miss out on anything. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 on social media. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Quite as often as I could have, and maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have.
Listen to Willie. You know about Willie Nelson,
right? I've heard about him.
You familiar with Willie?
I've seen him on King of the Hill.
Oh, Willie. Ooh, Willie. Ooh. Got a nice day today. It's got a lovely day today. A little humid, but not bad at all. Going to get high 80s, low 90s, no rain, no nothing. Should be good to go for the next few days. So just enjoy like a Willie this morning and think about how beautiful the day is as you get yourself going to work or school or not school probably. Well, maybe school. I don't know. Some of you may be in summer school. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
They do summer school?
I don't know.
In summer school?
Yes.
We're doing summer school? Sure we are. Okay. Well, our friends out there who are in summer school, good luck. Good luck to all of that. Welcome back. It is hour number 2. I am Peter. He is CJ. That's Zach, who is producing today's program. Sports 56 Mornings, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 on this Thursday. It is it sort of morphed into it was a soft rock Thursday, and then now we've kind of gone and we can see genres changing on the fly as we celebrate Grammy Song of the Year in the 80s?
Yes.
Grammy Songs of the Year in the 80s. Very good. Now, CJ, we've talked at length about the NCAA and the issues they have with, all sorts of things, really. The name, image, and likeness stuff, that discussion is pushed into the forefront this morning as Florida Senator Marco Rubio was introducing a bill today in the United States Senate that will require the NCAA to make rule changes regarding name, image, and likeness regulations, but it would also give the NCAA protection from legal challenges to the new situation. So the NCAA would have the latitude to make rules as are deemed necessary to preserve the amateur status of student athletes, ensure appropriate recruitment of prospective student athletes, prevent illegitimate activity with respect to any third party seeking to recruit or retain student athletes. Says he's trying to limit booster involvement with this whole situation. And then as a result of this, the NCAA would be shielded from lawsuits, as no cause of action will be maintained in any court against them for adopting rules under the measure. So this would be helping them to take on antitrust lawsuits and name, image, and likeness lawsuits. This would put into law the name, image, and likeness across the entire country, but it would do so at an interesting cost. So this is an intriguing situation. I think a little bit of a Trojan horse in my mind.
In mine also, I don't get it. I don't understand why you're trying to hold on to useless models. Like, this is a useless model what the NCAA has going on right now. And then instead of moving all the way forward with the new model, they're still trying to keep pieces and parts of this, quote, amateurism model. Boosters are paying anyway. Strong-ass offers are being made on tape. Like, we know this. Mm-hmm. We know people are willing to pay $250,000 for a recruit. Listen, everybody's not going to do that. Everybody can't afford that. It's not going to be good for everybody's business. So what's the difference? What is the difference in choosing a school because a booster can pay you $250,000 throughout your tenure, and choosing a school because they have an Olympic Village, or choosing a school because their weight room and their workout facilities are top notch, or choosing a school because that's where your parents went to, because that's where your parents went. Like, it just doesn't make sense to try and say, okay, the separation between the haves and have-nots is already large. Let's not widen it because we feel like that's going to tear down the model that we are trying to move away from anyway. It just, none of it makes sense to me. And this is the NCAA again being backwards and maybe not stepping in their own way, but it looks like they're going to get in their way and fumble this thing again.
Well, the issue to me is this is the indemnification of the NCAA is the concern for me. The fact that it's been pretty evident that they are not doing well in court of late.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the
they're having a rough go of it.
The blow of the blow of the wind in the nature of public opinion is going against them. The tides are turning. People are realizing that this whole thing is just kind of stupid, and that it's an outmoded model that only benefits. You said that it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't benefit, but I would disagree. It does make sense if you are one of the administrators.
Well,
it does make sense if you are one of the people that is probably a donor to some of these senators and legislators. It makes a lot of sense for them to continue the system. And so this is sort of a way to make it look like, oh, look, hey, we're going into the modern era. We're going to put put name, image, and likeness out there. We're gonna put that out there. We're gonna make this happen. However, we're going to continue to keep rules upon rules about how you can do it, about who can do it, about how it's done, about which people can and can't give money to the players, about how boosters can't do this, but other people can do that. To me, it's another example of NCAA overreach in the making, where you've just got a whole series of another, phone book size rule book about name, image, and likeness. Well, if the company is a certain size, then yes. But if the company's only got one owner and that owner's a booster, then no. And all this nonsense that's going to be out there. Just the whole thing needs to be torn down. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't make this any clearer. The whole thing, you got to start over and start from scratch with this stuff. And the quicker that we can continue to get lawsuits that make that point, the players need to have full opportunity. They need to be treated as employees. You need to, and I recognize, because I know people will say, well, and then they'll have to pay taxes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I recognize that. That's okay. The value of that education that they are getting, inflated value. Oh, it's 150, 200,000, 300,000. The education bubble is a whole different discussion that we can have in this country, and what's happening with prices of education and all that stuff. It's an inflated value that we are using to cover up what is really going on in this transaction. And so break it down. Break it down. What is the transaction? What's actually happening? This affects, football. This affects men's basketball, women's basketball in certain markets, baseball in certain markets. Mm-hmm. A few other sports that are revenue-generating sports in other markets, but the rest of them can continue to be the extracurricular activities that they already are, and the actual amateur competition that's just part of going to college. That can continue. But when you're talking about revenue generation and you're talking about bringing in millions and millions of dollars, then the rules have to change. And this legislation is it's dressed up in one way, but the reality of it is quite different in my mind.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it is NCAA is beginning to lose complete and total control of its labor force, something that it has had the benefits of having for a really, really long time, for almost the entirety of the NCAA's existence. And so this legislation feels like a way for them to keep as much control as humanly possible over that labor force, and that's not right. They always want it. That
control. That's their thing.
The people in charge would like to have as much control as humanly possible. Like that's just the nature of being in charge. And so they want to keep that, and they're losing that. And this legislation would allow them to keep some of that power, some of that control away from the young men and women who are going out there and competing in college sports.
I don't know. I know that there's a bipartisan committee that's working on stuff like this. Apparently, Marco Rubio is doing this on his own. This is not part of that committee discussion. But there's senators from Mississippi, New Jersey, all around the country that are working on this stuff. And there's far more important things to work on. But if you're going to do it, I think you got to do it the right way. And this is not, in my mind, the right way to go about it. This is another way to protect the bureaucracy and the money-making machine that is the NCAA at the expense of the players who continue to just kind of keep that thing moving along and doing all the work and doing all the stuff that keeps this thing going. We have lots of work to do in this country and lots of different things, and education is certainly one of them. This would not help in that regard at all. Now, better news. Are you feeling? Do you think people are in the mood to party, CJ?
Yeah. Judging from everybody I see
so?
On my Twitter and Instagram and people I talk to, are they in the mood to party? Absolutely. And some of them are already partying. So
well, that's good because tomorrow Juneteenth. I hope people can celebrate and enjoy and have fun and recognize a very important day in our country and something that needs to be I think there's been a push. We've seen states, organizations.
I think Memphis is recognizing it as an official holiday 2021.
I think, and again, it should be. It should be a nationwide holiday. I mean, Juneteenth. Give everybody, if they don't know, the primer on what they need to know about Juneteenth. Tomorrow's celebrations and what it means.
So, check this out. It is June 19th. Represents the end of slavery, the official end of slavery. That is the date that in 1865, I think. That is the date that on June 19th, 1865, the last slaves were told about their freedom. Somebody rolled through Texas and got to the last group of slaves and said, hey, y'all are free now. Go do your thing. And so that is the for me, the beginning of the push for equality, the beginning of the push for all men being created equal. Like that is the beginning of everybody getting the opportunity for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When those things were written in the 1700s, when those things were said in the 1700s, that this was a nation that was going to be built on those principles, slavery stood in direct contradiction of those things. And on that date, it was realized that slavery was wrong and that it is impossible to be a nation built on those principles and own people and own human beings. And so for me, Juneteenth and for everybody is a celebration of, hey, it's one thing for us to declare independence from a foreign power. It's something else for us to look around and look at ourselves and say, hey, you know what? We're messing up. Let's take the first steps and rectifying that awful, terrible human rights situation that was slavery in the Americas or in the United States. So that is what Juneteenth is. Celebrate freedom, get together, have fun. Well, stay 6 feet apart, but definitely have fun, cook out, listen to some good music, and just feel good about America for a day, because that is something that I think we should all look at as a positive situation that has happened in this nation. That it is, slavery is wrong, slavery is bad, therefore the ending of slavery in America is a good thing. So that is what it is, and everybody, I encourage you to take a moment and celebrate the end of slavery with all of us.
Well, and it's fascinating too, because unfortunately, I mean, Juneteenth didn't even really. I mean, it celebrated as the end of slavery. It didn't really end slavery. The 13th Amendment ended slavery nationwide, because the Juneteenth, the Emancipation Proclamation only applied to states that are within the Confederacy, and so Texas being the last one. And once the Emancipation Proclamation was announced, it wasn't like today where you just pop it on the internet and everyone could read it and download it didn't work like that. It was up to individuals. It was up to local legislations. I mean, it had to be passed, literally, sent to certain it took a while for it to get there, and it will not shock you to determine that some landowners and slaveholders did not mention this for a while to their slaves. They did not pass that information along. So it's not perfect, obviously, but it is a meaningful thing, and as you point out, this should be a celebration of American of a good, at the very least, a very important milestone in America trying to come to a reckoning with what had happened to that point in the nation's history, and a major step. Now, obviously, it's not everything wiped. It's not like that was
Reconstruction, Jim Crow.
Yeah. It's not like that was
all the way up to now.
Right.
right. But we can celebrate that though.
Symbolic, but as a symbolic gesture at the very least, and it should be something that allows us to have a discussion about race, about slavery, about what that meant, about what this nation was built on early. For the first. It's been built on racism for a while, but in particular that first 200 years or so, and we can have those discussions. I think I hope the Juneteenth should become a nationwide holiday. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the week. I wasn't taught about this. I mean, it didn't. It was not in any textbook. It was not. I dare say anybody that's listening probably didn't learn about it in school. You probably had to learn about it if you learned about it. At all, you had to learn about it via some other source, some other bit of information, maybe even shows. I mean, like Watchmen did the stuff on Tulsa, and
Blackish has a couple of real good Juneteenth episodes. Yeah,
but that you probably learned it like that. You probably didn't learn it in an educational, and then that's a shame. That's so sad because this is a huge, important thing, and it needs to be put up there in the same thing as our other national holidays.
I think you can have those conversations about race relations should happen all the time, constantly, because the only way we're going to move forward is by talking about these things. I feel like Juneteenth, though, should just be a celebration. Like nobody should be feeling bad on June 19th. Juneteenth is a party, man. It is, everybody is free now. 1776. The nation declared their independence, but black citizens, black people who are over here, were not free. Juneteenth, everybody is free. That is 1776. The statement, the declaration is made. Juneteenth, we begin to take the steps towards really fulfilling that destination, that declaration. Excuse me. So, like, everybody should feel good. Black, white, and others should just feel good because on that day, the burden of slavery was hoisted off of America's soul, off of its shoulders. And we began to take those steps to try and make a more equal society on that date. So I think that it is a chance for everybody to celebrate. If you're mad that people want to celebrate Juneteenth, I don't know what to tell you. You should be celebrating Juneteenth too. Again, if slavery is bad, then ending slavery is good, and we should all be partying. So I'm partying tomorrow. I would encourage others to do the same, man.
Okay. What's the party?
For us, we are going to highlight some of the local black-owned businesses in the area. So we are getting food from several black-owned restaurants. We're going to like Slice of Soul and Rico's Kickin' Chicken, and I forget the other spot. But we're going there. We got vegetarian options because some of the people are going to be vegetarians. And so got like 3 or 4 of them coming through, not just Zach, because there's a strong vegetarian community out here in these streets. I did not realize that. But so we're going to do that and fellowship, play spades, dominoes, just outside listening to good music, having fun. And then at night, I got a projector. I got a projector. Everybody might not know that. I got a projector, so we're going to show Do the Right Thing at night. So that's going to be the nightcap. We're going to celebrate.
Did you get a screen?
I did get a screen.
Oh, I forgot to mention this to you, CJ. Alicia Keys and John Legend supposed to be doing a versus.
On Juneteenth?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's going to be interesting. I don't think we've seen intersex versus.
No.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a, yeah.
That should be interesting. Maybe we pop that on the projector screen and see what's going on with those two. But yeah, so we're going to celebrate, party, and then at night when the sun goes down, hook up the projector screen and watch a really powerful movie that still has weight and relevance today and Do the Right Thing. And that movie was in like early 90s, 91, 92.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
You coming through?
What time is it starting?
6.
I'll come through.
Okay.
I'm coming through.
Okay. Zach just screamed. I don't know if you heard him.
I'm coming through. I got a what do I need to bring?
A cheery disposition. Everything else is pretty much set.
I got that.
Okay, then we're good.
I don't need to bring like a.
If you want to partake in a beverage, a grown-up beverage, you might want to bring you some of those.
All right.
That's not going to be provided.
That won't be a problem.
But yeah, no, we're good.
I got cooler. I'll just take. I got my cooler.
Okay.
I might go get the. I'll figure something out.
All right.
Get a little something. All right. Good deal. All right. That's gonna.
Party.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Ain't no party like a pita party because a pita party don't stop.
That's true. A lot of people don't know that. That's true. It does not stop, which is a problem. It keeps going forever. When we come back, we're going to spin that wheel of conversation. We're going to get into that. Also talk about another party that may be going on involving Gronk and Shaq. And I don't know what we're doing here.
Strange times. I definitely had that on the bingo card, though.
That's not shocking. I'll put it that way. That's not shocking. We'll talk about that plus Dustin Starr coming up 9 o'clock. Lots to get to. We're just halfway through Sports 56 mornings on this Thursday. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 96.1 FM, or 87.7 FM.
Ready to take on that painting project? Ask Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94 June 19th through 30th. With 30% off our exceptional paints and stains, you can give some color love to your bathroom, living room, or every room in your home. Shop in-store or order online for curbside pickup. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
At Advance Auto Parts, we take the guesswork out of your oil change so you can get to work. Our experts will help you find the right oil, the right filter, at the right price every day. Get 5 quarts of full synthetic Mobil 1, Valvoline, Castrol Edge, or Pennzoil Platinum with a qualifying premium oil filter for $33.99. Plus, get a free remote control car with purchase of 5 quarts of Mobil 1 after rebate. Advance your auto at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
If you want to make money in sales, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. If you can sell, Flynn Broadcasting has a great career waiting for you. If you can sell, we have great benefits, salary, commission, sales leads, and a great place to work. If you can sell, let us know today. Send your resume to jobs@flynn.com. Can everyone sell? No. But if you can, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. Apply today at jobs@flynn.com. Start your great career today at jobs@flynn.com. Flynn Broadcasting wants you.
The landscape is so beautiful at Town Village Audubon Park. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The world's best dads deserve the best Father's Day gifts, and Ace is the best place to find them. We have a great collection of brands dads trust, like outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego, power tools from Milwaukee, grills from Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Weber, and coolers from Yeti. Find them at your neighborhood Ace or order online for curbside pickup or delivery and make this Father's Day one dad will always remember with gifts he'll love from Ace. At participating stores, see store for details.
This is Eli Savoy from Sports 56 Middays. Join Greg and me as we hit the road again. That's right, we've been locked up too long, so we'll head to Frontier Western Store on Goodman Road in Olive Branch this Friday from 10 to 1. Come join us as we'll have all types of prizes and giveaways, as well as lunch catered by Moe's Southwest Grill. What a great place to get that special gift for a special dad with Father's Day on Sunday. We'll see you Friday from 10 to 1 at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, as we hit the road again.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you every single day, and every word you
talking
say.
1985? Is that right?
Yeah, this is 85. No, it's 80. Wait a minute. 84. 84.
Don't scare me.
No.
Don't scare me like this.
It's on the list. I was trying to find a year in the song. So it's 84.
No, he's right. He's right. I've been keeping up with it.
I've got
the list pulled up.
You got the list?
I've got the list pulled up.
I don't have the list.
Is this I'll Be Watching You?
Every Breath You Take.
Every breath you take. Okay. Because of the way I learned about this song was Puff Daddy's I'll Be Missing You. Puff Daddy, Faith Evans, and 112. And so when that's Sting, isn't it? When Sting got on stage and performed with Diddy and them at the Grammys that year, it was like, oh, who's that guy? And then I got curious, and my father explained to me that all Diddy is doing is, or Puff Daddy at the time, all he's doing is taking other people's songs, taking other people's melodies and everything about the song, and just changing the lyrics up a little bit. So it's like, oh man, that sucks.
So yeah, that's
also, how'd I end up on a German Wikipedia page?
Ja, nicht gut. We'll spin that wheel. Wheel of conversation. I don't know why I'm rubbing my hands. I don't have the wheel here. You okay? What's one? You seem very confused right now.
No, because the Wikipedia page is in German. This is great.
Das ist in Deutsch. I can help you with that. I speak a little German.
Here we go. The wheel.
This is the wheel of conversation.
Yes.
And we got some love the pyramid music. This is my favorite jam. This jam, just FYI, goes hard when you let it go about 2 minutes in. I don't think they ever got to this part on the actual show, but I listened to this whole thing and it starts to get real funky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why we did it this way, but it starts to get real funky. So I would suggest, if you really want to, you got a party going on, play the pyramid music.
Got you. I guess I'm gonna play that on tomorrow.
I mean, put it on the playlist, CJ. I just think it's very important.
It'll be right there next to Lufa and Uncle Charlie. Oh, this is a good spin.
What a spin! This is the longest spin. I think this is the longest spin we've ever seen. What is happening right now? What have you been doing in these other spins?
I don't know.
How did this spin?
Oh, it's got
backspin. Oh, double backspin. Oh, unbelievable.
It landed on, it would have landed had it stopped spinning on Zach's relationship corner.
Oh!
Which is still on here, by the way. We just talked about that. Oh, it's another movie conversation. Another one. Clearing those off the board. Underrated movie.
Underrated movie.
Underrated movie.
So underrated by what standard? Who's rating? Which rating are we using that's under? Just generally speaking.
Generally speaking,
generally
underrated
you perceive
movie.
The movie to be underrated in the general public.
Yeah, you feel it in your movie gut that this movie is underrated.
Region. Yes, you wish that more people could celebrate this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Zach, what do you got?
I'm still thinking.
For everybody that does know out there, that is the traditional wheel of conversation thing. We spin the wheel, we get the topic, we assess the topic, and then I ask Zach.
Mm-hmm.
That is how this works every time. And then Zach always says, I don't know. Except for the rare times that he does. Like, for example, if it's about Power Rangers, he would jump right in.
I mean, I'm surprised you're not going with the new Power Rangers movie, Zach.
It was okay.
It was okay. It was okay.
That means it's terrible. If Zach only thinks it's okay, that means it's absolutely horrendous. Well, while you think about it, I'll tell you what is not overrated. What maybe, if anything, is underrated. Certainly properly rated. That's our friends at Central Barbecue. They are people. They're consistently up there. They win first place, second place, in all these awards. I've told the story before about the food writer who came in from Milwaukee, wanting to write about something completely different, but stopped off at Central Barbecue, and she ended up getting the ribs, got some sides, but she fell in love with the banana pudding so much that she wrote a piece on the banana pudding at Central Barbecue, not even intending to write. And this is not from here, it just happened to do it. It's what happens. I mean, it's really, really good. And so I would suggest whatever you get, you finish off with that fabulous banana pudding. Banana pudding and barbecue go together. I don't know why. They do. It's perfect. The turkey, brisket, chicken, and obviously pulled pork and those ribs. Spectacular. Slow smoked Memphis style. It's amazing. Whether you want curbside pickup, whether you want to dine in, you want delivery, they got you covered in all the different options. It is that simple. Just go to eatcbq.com to start there. Go see one of their 4 locations. Central, Summer, Downtown, East Memphis. You're going to love our friends at Central Barbecue. All right, Zach, what you got?
I'm not sure if this is underrated, but to me it's underrated.
Okay.
I'm going to go into the superhero route with this. I'm going to say Captain America's Winter Soldier. I feel like
Winter Soldier
is appropriate. I think everybody loves him.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Like, because there's not a lot of movies that I overrate or underrate. And
you got to properly rate it.
You got to properly rate it. And so, and then on top of that, like my music Rolodex right now is kind of like all over the place because I'm trying to think of other movies that I've watched.
Rolodex is all over the place.
What does the music have to do with it?
I mean, not music, but movie Rolodex.
Okay.
Movie.
What Rolodex? How old are you? What Rolodex? Who's in the
old enough to have a Rolodex, Peter.
You got a Rolodex?
That's all you need to know.
On your desk, just flipping through. Do our listeners even know what a Rolodex is? Do you know what a Rolodex is, CJ?
I'm aware of a Rolodex. I've seen it in the old school films and the black and whites with the landline phones, phones with the cords and stuff.
Flip. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, you had the Rolodex. So your movie Rolodex is struggling here a little bit.
Yeah, it's struggling because I've seen a lot of movies, but there hasn't been one movie that has been like underrated. I can't think of.
There's a few. I love a few. That's several. This is right up my alley.
Okay.
I got a few that I love. Some of my favorite movies I think are underrated, underappreciated in this world.
Like what?
I'll give you a few.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
No problem.
Movie number 1. Clue.
The Johnny Depp joint?
No.
Okay.
In mid 80s movie, Clue. Very, very funny. It's the board game come to life.
Okay.
But it's got a great cast of legends like Tim Curry and Michael McKean and Madeline Kahn and Leslie Ann Warren and a whole bunch. It's extremely silly and very funny. And at the time, there was a unique little edition where it had one of 3 different endings based on where you saw it and which showing was at the theater. Now, if you watch it, it's got all 3 endings at the end of it. It's got 3 different endings. But depending on which, at the time when you saw it in the theater, you only got one of the endings. So you could have seen a different ending than somebody else saw.
Oh.
All very plausible.
Okay, I like that.
And it's got Yvette the maid, which is as a kid was a eye-opening experience to see her French maid outfit was a very. If you see Yvette, just Google Yvette and Clue, and you can see why I was very intrigued.
My word!
Intrigued about what was going on there as about
a
7 or 8 year old. I was like, okay, this is interesting.
This is what we're doing.
Some feelings I'm learning about here. It was great. It's a great movie. I watched it not too long ago. Again, it holds up. If you like Knives Out, Those of you that may have seen Knives Out recently, which is also a great movie, not underrated, but just properly rated. It's an excellent, wonderful movie. I love it. I encourage you to see it if you haven't. But if you like Knives Out, you will love Clue. Very similar vibe and style to the whole thing. Excellent. That's one.
Okay.
Number 2, Donnie Brasco.
What was
Donnie
that?
Brasco is like a mob movie that gets overlooked amongst the other mob movies, your Godfathers, your Goodfellas, that kind of thing. I think Donnie Brasco gets kind of overlooked, but it's Johnny Depp and Al Pacino, and it is awesome. It is awesome. Awesome movie. I really, really like it. And I don't know how. I think it's well thought of, but I just don't think it's as popular and as discussed as the other mob movies. But I think it's every bit as good, and in some cases better. The way that they approach it, I think it's an awesome film.
Okay. Is there another one?
There is another one.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
No problem, man.
Galaxy Quest.
When was that?
Galaxy Quest was late 90s.
Okay.
Tim Allen's finest work. That is not saying.
Oh, I remember Galaxy Quest now.
Galaxy Quest is
All right.
Galaxy Quest is criminally underappreciated. It is so funny. It is a parody of Star Trek kind of thing, and how it's so there's so many little details, and it's extremely funny. Like it is hilarious how they go about it. It's awesome. Tim Allen as the sort of William Shatner sort of character. It's fantastic. I could not stress it enough. Go check that out wherever you have to check it out. I don't know where it's streaming or whatever, but it's awesome. It's awesome.
I guess for me, I don't think we appreciate Damon Wayans the way we should as an actor. I'll give you 2 of his movies first and foremost. Bulletproof with he and Adam Sandler. I don't know how the hell it only has an 8% on Rotten Tomato, but that movie is great. It is funny. They get into so many shenanigans. It is a undercover cop who ends up getting shot and blames the guy who he's been trying to protect and keep out of jail for doing it, and then they arrest him because dude is about to roll over on the big guy, but he requested that the officer friend escort him. They get into so much stuff, and it's all hilarious. So Bulletproof is one of them for me, and the other one for me is Major Payne. I love me some Major Payne. I don't know why we don't appreciate Major Payne more than what we do.
Major Payne is funny.
It is so funny. So funny. And when you think about funny movies and great comedies and great slapstick humor movies, I don't hear enough people bring up Major Payne or Bulletproof. I think both of those movies are phenomenal. I'll throw a cartoon movie in there, and I think that some of this is because it's not a Disney or a Pixar movie, and sometimes we get so caught up in those type movies. But Fern Gully to me is really, really good. Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest is one of those movies. Great soundtrack. Great villain in, what's the villain's name? Hexus. Hexus, who is voiced by Tim Curry, for those of you who remember Tim Curry.
From Clue. I just mentioned Tim Curry.
Yes. See? Bringing it full.
All comes back around.
Coming full circle, baby. Fern Gully is great. Nice little message in there. And it doesn't leave you bawling your eyes out, unlike Toy Story 3, which was on yesterday on ABC, and I sat down and watched it for some reason. So Fern Gully is underrated to me. And Cloverfield, the movie that came out when I was in undergrad, so like 07, 08 sometime.
Huh?
Cloverfield is a really good movie. And then if you go back and rewatch it after somebody tells you all the random symbols and tidbits and nuggets that are going on from the movie and what they're trying to do, it makes a whole lot more sense. And then you're just like, wow, the entire time you watch it. So those are my underrated movies, most underrated movies of all time.
Zach, you got any more that you want to add before we?
I got one.
Zach's gonna say Casablanca. Watch.
No.
Citizen Kane. I just don't think that people appreciate it.
I really don't think people like Godfather. Really don't think they like it enough. What's the movie, Zach?
I was gonna go with Now You Can See Me. The Illusion movie is about, a guy, his father.
You See Me?
Now You See Me?
Now You See Me.
Okay.
Yeah, Now
I was
You
going to
See
say, Now You Can See Me.
I'm-
I've never heard of that. That is underrated.
Now You Can See Me. You Can't See Me, the John Cena story. Underrated. So why is it so underrated? What's the deal?
I don't know.
Other than the name.
I like a good card trick. The reason why I keep a deck of cards in my backpack.
Can you do a card trick?
Oh,
I can, but it requires another person.
Well, hell, Zach, I'm sitting right here.
Well, no, I can't make a card disappear or anything like that. But
what? During the break, show me this card.
I can show you. But it's very, I guess, thrilling. I guess this is why it's a thriller, because it's like action. It's action packed, while at the same time they're showing you different card tricks, different types of illusions and everything. So it was, to me, it's a really cool movie. And then on top of that, they're supposed to be having a third one coming out this year. I don't know if it is coming out, but when I saw that, I got really excited about it. So
why are they doing another one? We'll just do sequels. My God.
Well, we got to figure out where his dad is.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
His dad vanished. Whatever.
Yeah, he vanished, but he's still alive.
Oh, whatever.
Let me also throw in another movie that actually, coincidentally, CJ and I were talking about before the show. Live action Aladdin. I think underrated. People lined up, CJ, to dunk on Will Smith and the Blue Genie and all that stuff. And, I mean, people we're just taking turns, just kapow. Look at this guy. This is ridiculous. Blah blah blah. It's good. It's really good. It's super entertaining. It's a little different twist on the story. It is the dancing and the set design, all that stuff is spectacular. It adds a whole different thing. The Prince Ali Ababwa, that walk-in scene is just full of color and dancing and spectacle and all that stuff. I think Will Smith takes a very difficult task of trying to recreate Robin Williams' iconic genie and puts his own little twist on it and makes it his own to a pretty good level. I was thoroughly entertained, and I did not expect to be. I was not looking forward to watching it. It was something that the kids wanted to watch, and I was like, all right, let me give it a shot. It was great.
That is just a good movie.
That's a fun movie.
Not only a good Disney remake, because they've been doing the remakes a lot, and I've seen the only one I hadn't seen is Lion King. So I saw Jungle Book, I saw Beauty and the Beast, I saw this Aladdin. I can't wait to see Mulan. I can't wait to see how they do that. But Aladdin is by far the best of the remakes that I've seen, and like you said, just a really good movie, a bright, fun, meaningful, impactful type movie. You get the fun of the genie, you get the coolness of all these random effects going on at the same time, and then you get a really good story. And I feel like the star of Aladdin is Jasmine in the live action, and
she gets her own
good.
kind of thing going.
Yeah,
she gets her own
real
song,
good.
a new song, and all that stuff. Yeah, I would agree with that. So good stuff, good topic. Text in 67129. Underrated movies you think are underappreciated, underrated. Let us know. We'll get to those after the break. Dustin Starr coming up 9:00. Beautiful Grammy / soft rock Thursday morning. Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The world's best dads deserve the best Father's Day gifts, and Ace is the best place to find them. We have a great collection of brands dads trust, like outdoor power equipment from Steel and Eagle, power tools from Milwaukee, grills from Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Weber, and coolers from Yeti. Find them at your neighborhood Ace or order online for curbside pickup or delivery, and make this Father's Day one dad will always remember with gifts he'll love from Ace. At participating stores, see store for details.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Father's Day sale. For a limited time only, trade in your old clubs and receive a 50% bonus traded towards any tailor-made inline golf clubs. All Nike, Adidas, Puma, and Under Armour apparel is now 25% off. Check out the Bushnell Tour V5 rangefinder, which measures up to 400 yards to the flag. And introducing Bushnell's Wingman, the world's first Bluetooth speaker with audible GPS distances. Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Father's Day sale going on now. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levy Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
For 95 years, Saia LTL Freight has hit the road to deliver the goods that keep businesses and communities moving. Now, in this uncertain time, we won't stop going that extra mile, because at the end of the day, we are all in this together for the long haul. Saia LTL Freight, driving stability, safety, support, and strength. Visit Saia.com. That's SAIA.com.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and C.J. Hurt. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Touch of your hand makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl opposites attract. It's physical, only logical.
Yeah.
You must
86.
85.
You gotta sing it, Tina. Got some text on the text line.
Okay.
67129 on the First Bank text line. Tim Curry was the villain in the 80s and the 90s. Pennywise in It, Darkness and Legend, the Face of the Grinch, the Hotel Desk Clerk in Home Alone 2, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Hexes, amazing.
Texter right there with you.
Get no disagreements from me. Another texter says down Periscope. Which
yes, excellent. Kelsey Grammer.
Mm-hmm.
A very funny, very sharp movie.
Thank
excellent
you, texter, for that. Keep them coming in.
2 thumbs up for me on down Periscope. That's a nice one right there. There's a few out there that are particularly good. Jackie Brown, I think. I think that's slept on a little bit from a Tarantino standpoint.
Okay.
I think Jackie Brown is excellent.
I feel like we've got enough hype around Tarantino films, so that it's hard for me to envision any of them being underrated.
Well, I think I don't. Again, I don't know. I guess it's all a personal thing, but I feel like you hear a lot about some of them, like your Pulp Fictions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you hear as much about Jackie Brown. But I absolutely love Jackie Brown. Might be my favorite movie. Period. Point blank.
Oh, really?
I mean, I love
full
that
stop.
Movie. I love that movie. I can watch it over and over again. It's one of the few. It's a different kind of topic, but it's one of those movies that if I ever run across it for any reason, or if I'm ever thinking about it, and I'll watch it. No problem. I can watch it all day long. It's so good. I mean, and Robert Forster is awesome. Pam Grier is just. I mean, that their whole thing is awesome. Their little relationship, and I mean, it's so good. It's so good. But like the most rewatchable movies. Like it's a different sort of topic, but
yeah,
that's on my list. Ocean's 11 also the
rewatchable movie.
Yeah,
okay.
I can watch that movie literally every time it's on. I will if I ever catch it on like TNT or something. I will watch it all the way through every time.
Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2, super rewatchable for me.
Yep,
I can sit down and they're great movies, and it's awesome because I know what's going to happen, so I can just turn my mind off and unwind and relax.
That's why it's great. That's why those movies are awesome. Sometimes you don't want to. This is my problem. It's a separate issue, but it's my problem with some of the new TV. All these new TV shows. It requires a hell of a lot of mental energy to like get into these TV shows. I don't want to do that. Like I'm in the middle of a pandemic. We got we got racial major race issues happening in this country. We've got pandemic. We've got unemployment. We got all this. I don't need to like get locked in on a TV show that requires every fiber of my being to follow what's going on. I don't want that. I just want to turn on a stupid show and just laugh and be done with it. Or, watch it and just be like, that's why I love like Castle, or one of those shows. Like you just look, here's Castle. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. He's solving the crime. Yeah. Okay. Great. Mentalist. Oh, look at it. I don't have to think about it too much. I don't want to sit in here and do a bunch of equations following this stuff. Come on.
F is for Family is good for that. F is for Family. Bill Burr is the producer and voices a couple of the characters in the show, and it is great for just sitting there and turning your mind off. And they'll sneak some stuff in there on you if you're paying enough attention. But if you're not paying enough attention, it'll go over your head and it'll be fine. You're not gonna miss out on whatever the plot is. Simple plot. Just the way they go about getting that plot to you is a little bit more intricate. If you choose to make it so, Archer is another one. Archer, you can just sit down and turn your mind all the way off. Like, just, okay, I'm just going to sit here and watch this mind-numbingly simple-ass show. Let's do it.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize this was the song of the year. This had all the hits, all the people.
Everybody was in this.
Everybody was on this one.
Except for Prince.
Good point. Prince was left off of this all-star team like Isaiah was left off the Dream Team. My God.
But the difference was Prince didn't want to be on this team.
Yeah. Prince left himself off of this team. Yeah, he didn't want to be part of that Dream Team.
Y'all seen the clip of Michael, like, snapping on? Well, not snapping, but, like, hearing one of the people singing and just, like, turning, like, no, that is not what that is supposed to sound like. Let me pull this person to the side. That's some good stuff.
Well, he's pretty good at singing. He had some other issues, but he was a good singer.
He helped write this, I think.
He and Lionel Richie.
You're damn right, it was Lionel Richie. Shout out Tuskegee's finest, one of Tuskegee's finest.
Lionel Richie and C.J. Hurt.
That's right.
The deadly duo from Tuskegee. Dustin Starr joins us. We Are the World. Hour number 3. We're going to talk a little COVID-19 and WWE, among other things. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
By turning stone to bread, and so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
Blood and plasma donations are more important than ever. People all around the world still depend on the medicine your plasma helps make. That's why Interstate Blood Bank and Plasma Biological Services are open and will remain open for our donors. The United States government has declared blood and plasma donation as a critical infrastructure industry. That means healthy donors are allowed to travel to and from donation centers regardless of any stay-at-home mandates in your area. We need you to keep donating so that we can continue to manufacture these life-saving medicines. We understand that you may be concerned about COVID-19. The health and safety of our donors and our employees remain a top priority. To limit the spread of the virus, we're taking additional measures to ensure our centers are safe and clean. Donating now is more important than ever, but please do not come to the center to donate if you are not feeling well or have a sore throat, fever, cough, or shortness of breath. We are doing our part so that you can do yours. Come donate today at one of our IBBI or PBS locations across the Memphis area.
Gateway Tire and Service Centers has a beautiful new state-of-the-art location at 5275 Summer Avenue. And for the entire month of June, the new location on Summer has a great Father's Day special. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th at no charge. Visit the new Gateway Tire and Service Center with 28 bays for quick service, super safe with curbside service or lounge seating 6 feet apart. Check out gatewaytireservice.com for coupons too. The new Gateway Tire and Service Center, 5275 Summer Avenue. Call Matt for details. 901-683-8335.
Build Dad's imagination with a gift from Lowe's this Father's Day. From backyard roller coasters and beyond, power his projects with a Cobalt 24-volt Max XTR power tool starting at $149. When you buy one, you get a 24-volt battery free. How about fixing up the family SUV? Dad can do it with a Craftsman 81-piece mechanics tool set that comes with a lifetime warranty, only $69.98. Visit Lowe's in-store or online. Cobalt offer valid through 8/3. Craftsman offer valid through 7/31 while supplies last.
This is Eli Savoy from Sports 56 Middays. Join Greg and me as we hit the road again. That's right, we've been locked up too long, so we'll head to Frontier Western Store on Goodman Road in Olive Branch this Friday from 10 to 1. Come join us as we'll have all types of prizes and giveaways, as well as lunch catered by Moe's Southwest Grill. What a great place to get that special gift for a special dad with Father's Day on Sunday. We'll see you Friday from 10 to 1 at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, as we hit the road again.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
You can get podcasts of all our daily shows and all of our biggest interviews delivered right to your inbox just by signing up at sports56whpq.com. It's the best way to stay informed on what's going on in sports, and it's brought to you by Surfacapes Concrete Floors. Garage, restaurants, office, retail, and industrial floors, Surfacapes does them all, as well as pool decks. Call 901-888-5000 or go to surfacapes.com. Get full shows and the best interviews from Sports 56 delivered straight to your inbox. Sign up at sports56whpq.com.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Well, I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you. And if I should ever go away, well then close your eyes and try.
Get those lighters out, everybody. Not in your car, obviously. Yeah, there you go. Remember. Oh, yeah, here we go. You keep smiling. Keep shining. No, you can always count on me. For sure. That's what friends are for. Oh, man. Whew. This song gets me every time.
This is the only time I've ever heard this song.
You never heard this song before?
Nope.
It's beautiful, right?
It's gorgeous. I'm saying this is to my friends.
Anytime Stevie Wonder plays his harmonica, it's a good song.
Oh, yeah. There's Stevie.
Oh, there's Stevie on the harmonica?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. And then at the end, he's like, keep smiling. There he is right there. See?
How have I not heard
Warwick.
this song?
I don't know. Dionne Warwick, Stevie.
Uh-huh. Gladys Knight is in this too?
Yeah.
Elton John?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's not fair. Of course
That's
that
power.
wins.
That's power. It's power packed.
Why didn't we jump all over Stevie Wonder for getting on this track? Stevie Wonder is the Kevin Durant of music. Stevie was right there with a chance. No, seriously, in 85, Stevie had a chance to win a Grammy and then didn't, and then just went and formed a super team?
Yep.
Joined the super team?
That's right.
Are you kidding me?
That's right. He wanted that Grammy. He wanted to get that ring.
I guess
Come
that
on,
makes
man.
Michael LeBron, because Michael was up twice in 84, had 2 songs up, and didn't win in 84. They said, you know what? Hold on, I'll be back. Let me go get.
No, he had to go
everybody.
through it. He had to go through it though. That's the thing. You got to work your way up. He had to get beaten a few times by who beat him out here? I don't know. He had to get beaten a couple of the bad boys. The bad boys. The police. Uh-oh. Well, I think we've already heard enough of that story. Police brutality to Michael, even back in those days, huh?
I'm saying like Stevie in 83 was up for Song of the Year with Paul McCartney for Ebony and Ivory, and then he was up for it again the year Tina Turner won in 85 for I Just Called to Say That I Love You. Stevie was up for it then, and it was like, you know what, forget this. I can't get it on my own. Let me go out here and just get on this super team and ride the coattail of Dionne Warwick and Elton John and Gladys Knight. For shame.
I can't believe how much you're disparaging Stevie at this point, but that's disappointing. Steve Morris has more than done his.
I'm just saying, Billy Joel would never.
Did Billy Joel ever win one?
Yeah, just the way you are in '79, Billy Joel won.
79, that was a different era. The different era, man. You can't compare across eras. The competition was different. They changed the rules, More spacing on the floor. Different genres came in. You had more hip hop and a little rap started to become an influence. It's a different thing. Billy Joel wasn't competing against everybody. It's a different time then.
Okay.
So you got Stevie had to do what he had to do. And I respect him for that.
I'm just saying, he'll never be a Billy Joel. Billy
Come
did it on his
man.
own.
Poor Stevie. Jesus, why are you killing Stevie? Of all people, why are you killing Stevie? It's ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I'll leave the Kevin Durant of the music industry alone.
Unbelievable. Incredible. Well, joining us now as we do every Thursday at this time, our good friend, talk a little wrestling with the one and only 5-star Dustin Starr joining us on the program. Good morning, Dustin. How are you, bud?
Good morning, Peter. Good morning, CJ. My favorite tag team in Memphis. How are you guys doing this morning?
What up, Star?
Man, I can't wait. We should be a tag team, CJ.
You guys are a tag team.
Well, I mean, we should be a real like in the ring tag team. Like we should actually get in there. And,
Well, hold on. You pump the brakes a little bit there.
Why don't gas Peter's head up, Star? Like, you can be a tag team, Peter. I'm not getting involved in that. That stuff hurts. No. I'm okay.
Radio tag team. Radio tag.
I mean, I'm just saying, Star. I feel like, we got to get in there. Obviously, we got to get hit the ropes a few times, get some training in. But I feel like CJ got some good size. I got some good size here. We got, we got the charisma on the stick. I think we can make this thing work. We just a few months, so we could start to terrorize other shows out there.
Hey, man. You know what they say? You can't teach size. I think you guys got the promo skills. You do it every day.
That's what I'm saying. See, I think in the ring, you put us in the ring with any other show in this market. I think we got them. I can't.
What would be the the tag team name. You got to have a tag team name. You know, it can't just be Sports 56 Mornings.
No.
Can it be Sports 55?
What?
Can we get Zach involved?
Well, no, we're the Dairy Boys.
Oh, we are the Dairy Boys.
The Dairy Boys.
We're the Dairy Boys.
God.
The Dairy Boys. I'm whole milk. He's chocolate milk.
Yeah, you guys would have a great feud with the Texas Barbecue Boys.
That's right, the Texas Barbecue Boys. We're the Dairy Boys.
Hey,
we got to have a good finishing move.
We just hit them upside the head with a gallon of milk.
Ooh,
oh, man.
Yeah,
that would work.
It's going to be a visual I don't appreciate.
Win matches and just pour gallons of milk
that's
on
right, that's right.
Just, take
milk
this.
is a
Dairy Boys
milk's a
in the
bad
business.
choice. Oh boy.
Here's this cottage cheese in your face. Bow, cottage
gross.
cheese.
No way.
I'm about to get sick.
I'm sure that would age well.
I'm just saying, Mankind was pulling socks out like.
Yeah, he was.
That was sick. That was
pulling
gross.
them out of his tights.
Just straight out the tights, man.
Yeah, hey, that's a really good point that maybe a lot of wrestling fans might not have really kind of thought about. Like, literally, Mankind would have that sock in his tights, wrestling a long match, sweating, and then pull it out, put it on his hand, and stick it in your mouth. Gross. Yeah.
Is that the grossest move you can think of, Star? There are some good
Man,
ones.
Stink face.
Stink
Well,
faces.
the stink face, you can kind of turn your head. You can hide into the buckle a little bit. It is a disgusting move, don't get me wrong, but when you got another man's, like, sock or hand after all the wrestling and touching of the mat and the ring, especially nowadays if you think about it, and then he sticks his fingers in your mouth, that's pretty gross. I don't know if anything tops that. I remember when he first came up with the mandible claw, it was probably like 96 or something. There was rumors that guys would complain about having to take that move just because it was disgusting, sticking your fingers in the guy's throat. But it's supposedly a pressure point underneath the tongue that'll put you down. So
I'm just going to I'm going to say I'm curious your thought on this since we're talking about this. I'm sure you're familiar with it, but I'll let everyone else in on it. Joey Ryan is a wrestler who has a particularly impressive move in which he uses his, let's say, his junk to flip other wrestlers. He uses that as Mick Foley, in fact, had took this at one point in time.
Yeah,
so he ends up grabbing his crotch, and then he sort of powers it up, and then the wrestler flips over with the power of his genitalia. Yes. How do you feel about the Joey Ryan special?
Well, I mean, obviously it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but I mean, I get it. It's part of the showmanship, but a lot of the classic, diehard wrestling fans absolutely hate it. But you're talking about it right here, and Joey Ryan is not really like a WWE guy or.
No,
he's had some really good national exposure, but he's kind of an underground, very, very popular, like with the underground wrestling, kind of like a band that hasn't signed a big record deal yet. Maybe like a Nickelback before Nickelback went big. Before you start to hate them, you know what I mean? He's still very, very popular today, and he does that. And a lot of the old school wrestlers hate it, but it's just one of those things that they do. I mean,
that's why I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what do you think?
Oh, like, would I want to take that move? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I'm saying, how would you feel about taking that move?
That move wouldn't happen on our television program. Let's put it that way. I don't know. I would probably do it. I would probably do it because it would be funny and it would, be a highlight or something.
Yeah, it's kind of silly. Yeah, right.
It is very silly, but, come on. That's what some of this wrestling stuff is. You got the people's elbow. You had the worm.
Yeah, right.
A lot of silly. Hulk Hogan won for years with a leg drop.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. And he would the heel would always feed in, would always punch him 3 times, would always do the same thing.
Yeah, why not?
Everyone kind of knew knew the deal. That's right.
Let's call it the penis flip. Why not do the penis flip, right? It's ridiculous.
Texans have texted in on the First Bank text line. You can too, 67129 on the First Bank text line. Texter says the Dairy Boys are utterly amazing. Move out the way.
Oh, my gosh. I love it.
Got a manager here. This is nice. So whoever that is,
this thing may take off.
Jim Cornette style right there. That's exactly right. I'm excited about this. You're right. This is I think the charisma, all that stuff is the whole point of the deal. Now, Star, we've had a little controversy this week with WWE and the COVID situation down there. You had tweeted about it earlier on, and they were kind of, I don't know, they were asking for trouble with all this anyway, to be honest, like the way that they've sort of handled it. And I know Triple H had some kind of magic spray that he sprayed all over the facility, and apparently that was he felt like that was going to be good enough to kill whatever was in there. Apparently, maybe not so much. What's the latest in the situation, and what do you think?
Well, I think I'm very disappointed because we've talked about it in the past of, they were going through the proper measures. They've even told us on television that everybody here has been tested and all this good stuff. And, early on there was one coronavirus positive test in WWE, and that was kind of like around the WrestleMania time. But then you fast forward now, and the news has come out that WWE had not conducted a single coronavirus test until Monday or Tuesday. They weren't even going to conduct a test until one of their own developmental talents went and got independently tested because they had symptoms. So WWE didn't even perform that test, which is very disappointing. And it just seems like they knew about it. They didn't release the information until after Monday Night Raw. So everybody that was there in the audience, staff, friends, wrestlers, all that kind of stuff, they didn't have masks on. I think WWE had told them for television purposes not to wear the mask. They had Ric Flair booked on this show, which we've talked about Jerry Lawler not traveling due to, age and health restrictions and such. Well, Ric Flair is the epitome of that. And to keep that as a secret and not release the information until after Monday Night Raw, they literally put everybody in jeopardy. But the most disappointing thing is them telling us that they had been testing and they really hadn't. They had been doing temperature checks and just asking the talent how they felt. Whereas on the other side, on AEW, literally these guys are going through tests, each and every week, allegedly, to make sure that everybody's clean. So WWE had to shut down production of their television shoots for Tuesday, and I think they returned yesterday to television. So they took a day off to test everybody. Mojo Rawley actually posted the video of them testing him and how they stuck that thing in his nose. Oh, man, it's just cringy. But that's the big news coming out of WWE, man. They were asking for it. I don't know if they didn't believe in it or they didn't think it could happen to them. But on June 6th, I think, was the date that the last time that NXT performer was there. And, they had to have everybody tested because of it now.
So, Star,
it just seems. Go ahead.
No, I was just. Is it how can anybody have faith in the WWE doing the right thing in the time of the pandemic after this type stuff breaks? Like, how can we trust that you're putting on a product safely after we find out that you hadn't been testing? Like, how can we trust the measures you're saying you're taking in place? The measures you say you have in place, when come to find out you're not doing the simple stuff like testing everybody and testing routinely.
I don't know if you can. You got guys like Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, some of their real big stars that aren't performing right now. And a lot of people were thinking it was because of, possibly getting the coronavirus, but it seems like, it was that, but then it was also that they knew that WWE wasn't taking the proper measures. For a guy like Roman Reigns, who was battling leukemia, he can't risk going into an unsafe situation. And one would think, well, all the other guys are doing it, they've got to be safe. So I don't know if you can trust them, other than the fact if they start putting some of the footage of their guys getting tested, you'll see the AEW wrestlers in the ring with their wristband on. So they have to be wristband in order, saying that they took the test and they passed the test and they're allowed to be here. So I don't know that you can trust what they say, because they've been talking all the good, everything that we wanted to hear. They've been talking that stuff for a long time now. And it's not that somebody contracted the virus, because I think anybody and everybody can get it. All right. But the problem is that they were lying to the public, that they were doing the proper precautions, and they weren't. And that really sucks, man.
Well, and, this is the thing, like, WWE and having so much individual power in the business. And then it harkens back to the steroid stuff and, when they were discussing testing and there was some question as to whether the testing was legitimate or not. Maybe it was for a time and then it wasn't. The jurisdiction, they don't really have a jurisdictional thing. They don't really have any kind of someone that can step in, an overarching body other than the federal government, I suppose, who could step in on stuff like this.
They don't want that.
And they don't want that. But
they don't want that,
they're
brother.
probably not. But they're probably not going to. I mean, that's the thing. Like there really is. You talked about it last week or week before when you're dealing with some of the independent promotions out there. You have to trust that they're doing the right thing, and you do have to have a certain level of trust. And when that trust is broken, it's really disappointing because they're supposed to be a leader in the business.
Oh man, yeah, I think that's the thing that's the most disappointing is, they're the Disney, they're the pop culture. I mean, like everybody knows what WWE is, even if you're not a wrestling fan. So for the everyday person just to go onto Twitter and be able to see that they were just, so unsafe. And then you've got to think that the other sports will look at WWE and say, oh, wow, and maybe, be more serious about the testing because it can happen. It can happen to anybody. And, it'll be curious to see what happens moving forward with it because they can be shut down, they can shut them down completely. And that can affect other wrestling companies and other entertainment companies too. I just think it's the craziest thing. Now, when I was there, I was tested every single Wednesday. So I know that they have a legitimate policy in testing. They do blood testing and, urine samples and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that a big superstar like The Rock or Goldberg or, even Triple H or somebody like that, that doesn't mean I didn't see those tests.
Right.
So there might be a level of these guys get tested all the time and maybe these guys don't because they're kind of part-timers and they're big stars. I don't know.
Right. Exactly.
It's always been a question.
It's and again, you have to look at the profit motive and what is the motivation for them to really stringently test a guy like a Goldberg or whoever. And what's the motivation really? I mean, he's there for a few shots and then that's it. If he has to cancel or if they have to restrict him because he were to test positive theoretically, that would cost them a lot of money. For what? I mean, again, it's hard to imagine a situation where they would. Especially if they're not even going to take the precautions to actually test for COVID in the way that even a promotion like AEW is doing. Why would you believe that they're testing for any of these other stuff too?
And I would think that AEW is more financially strapped to do something like that.
I mean, I know Tony Khan's got a lot of money, but Tony Khan's got a lot of money, but still,
yeah.
I mean,
there's a place where you draw the line, though. Is it financially feasible for us to continue to do these tapings when we can do best of? Because of the cost of, and I don't know what the cost of the tests are, but I know that if you're constantly doing them each and every week with, they've got so many camera operators and staff members and backstage people and wrestlers and all that. So for AEW to be able to pull together the finances and all that stuff and to do it correctly, and that's what we think is happening until we get some other news, is that they are doing it correctly. That makes it even more disappointing that WWE isn't doing it correctly because they are supposed to be the leader and they are the big dog, And I've even said, I think even on this program, that if they called me tomorrow, I'd hop on a plane and go over there, and I'd go work. But I don't know if the wife would let me at this point after hearing that news.
Yeah. I mean, that's now you have those questions. Absolutely. And they open themselves up to those sorts of questions, and it's disappointing from that perspective. I want to ask you too. Have you been watching? Have you checked out the Undertaker stuff? The last ride and all that. That's been phenomenal, I think.
It has, and anybody that isn't or hasn't watched it, and you're a fan of the Undertaker, even if it was a long time ago, because the Undertaker started right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Absolutely.
As Mark Callis, Mark Calloway, Mean Mark. Yeah, Master of Pain. That was actually a very good name.
That was.
But it's a story without. I mean, they can't really spoil it. It's a documentary, and they're following kind of the last couple of years of his life. And I think all professional athletes are going to get to that point where they know that they're winding down, and when is the right time to stop. And it's that internal struggle where you don't look how you used to look. You're not as sharp as you used to be. You're not as fast. You can't go for an hour in the ring like you used to. And that's what The Undertaker's facing. And it's amazing that after all these years of not being able to see behind the scenes with The Undertaker, now we're seeing him like literally at his most vulnerable point as a person. Like he's really struggling with hanging up the boots and retiring. He's looking for that one last hurrah, before he leaves. And in my opinion, I think he's gotten that last hurrah a couple of different times, but it just wasn't enough for him, so he keeps going.
Well, the thing is, with him, and there's a few guys that are at that unbelievably elite level, and I give a ton of credit because he doesn't have to. He reminds me a little bit of like a Vince Carter type guy. Like he doesn't have to keep doing this. He's got plenty of money. That's not. I mean, money's not the concern for him. Right. His family's taken care of, all that stuff. But the guy just has an incredible desire to keep doing it, and he's, as we saw this year at WrestleMania, like you can still reinvent yourself, and you can still put on an unbelievable show. It's like Shawn Michaels reminds me. Like, he was dead and buried. Shawn Michaels was dead and buried. Like his back was completely messed up. He was done. He couldn't get. And then what happened? He comes back somehow and kind of reinvents the way he does a few things and puts on some match of the year. There's some guys who just have an incredible desire, and man, it's a pleasure to watch professionals like that keep doing their thing.
Yeah, I think that Boneyard match from WrestleMania might have given The Undertaker a couple of more years on his career.
Yep.
Just because it can be taped, it can be edited, they can really protect his image, and he doesn't necessarily have to get in the ring anymore and go 30, 45 minutes with a Brock Lesnar or anything like that. I think those days are over with. And he mentions in the documentary, fans think that, they just want to see the entrance and me come out and chokeslam somebody and leave. Pretty much. I mean, that's the best part of The Undertaker right now. But that Boneyard match with AJ Styles, mind you, AJ is one of the very best in the business anywhere in the world. That was a great match. And I think that they have some legs. They've got some longevity with that. They can, and it doesn't have to be a Boneyard match. They've done Buried Alive matches. They can reinvent some of these things, like on a set or on a stage or at a, cemetery or something like that. They could do multiple. That should be The Undertaker's specialty now, is that special cinematic kind of horror movie like match.
Agreed. You could absolutely make that work. What's coming up on Championship Wrestling this week?
Man, last night Ricky Starks made his debut on AEW, and he challenged Cody for the TNT title. The cool thing is Cody and Brandy Rhodes are going to be on the show this Saturday on CW30, and Ricky Starks is going to be on the show wrestling our Heritage Champion Watts. So one of the main events on last night's AEW, both of those guys are going to be on our show this Saturday at noon on CW30. And if you're outside the viewing area, then you can watch with us and live chat with us on YouTube. Just go there and type in CW30 Wrestling, and it'll pop right up. But
that's awesome, man. That's a great confluence of stuff right there.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Me and Maria, we sit down with Cody and Brandy. Don't worry, a match doesn't break out, but I might challenge him for the TNT title. I don't know. And then Ricky Starks was an NWA guy who has also performed on our show before, and he got his big break last night, and he had such a great match with Cody that now he is officially signed with AEW as of last night. So more and more of our guys are getting called up and getting contracts to, wrestle all over the world and
I love their
on national television.
Putting over that NWA stuff.
I do too.
NWA. I think that's great. It's
awesome. Just real quick before you let me go, the WWE would have totally ignored any of that. They would have acted like Ricky Starks was just they might have even changed his name. It would have just been something totally different.
Like they
wouldn't have told his story or anything, but AEW is doing it right. That's how Ricky Starks became popular enough to get there. Why not use it? And they really put over the NWA. Cody really put over Ricky Starks. Just really, really good wrestling match. If you guys missed it, go check out Ricky Starks and Cody. It was great. And check them out on Saturday, too.
Yeah, no, I love. I think AEW, I appreciate the way they're doing it and appreciate the way that they're incorporating all the other promotions as well. I think it's the way that you're going to have to do it. If you're going to mount a steady challenge to WWE, you're going to have a grassroots kind of thing. And I think they're doing a great job of bringing all that together. I want to see you and Maria against Cody and Brandy, though. At some point, we need to have that mixed tag spectacular.
I think it could happen, too. When they're in Memphis, we did a media tour and had them on our show. They were very cool. They were here at the Forum. We did some stuff with them during the Grizzlies basketball game, backstage, behind the scenes and all that. So it's not far-fetched for Cody and Brandy to come into town and me challenge him. That is not too far-fetched. It's just all a matter of timing and them being in Memphis, and I'll be there, brother.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Dustin Starr, many thanks, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Starr.
Oh yeah.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Dustin Starr, 5-star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star. We'll come back. We'll talk about that. Also, I got to get your take on the Shaq and Gronk situation. This thing is interesting. I'll put it that way. Very interesting indeed. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
It's R&R on Sports.
The word is out about R&R on Sports, where you've heard interviews from
Ken Griffith Jr., Dr. J, Hank Aaron, and many, many more.
R&R on Sports, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1.
Don't miss us.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
Oh, my stomach.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Try new Pepto-Bismol Chews. The same fast relief of Pepto-Bismol, now in a delightful chew.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkhammer for Sunrise Chevy. Good news for new and used car and truck buyers. The Sunrise Chevy Ranch has a great selection of new and used cars and trucks, rebates up to $6,500, and interest rates low as 0%. At sunrisememphis.com, you can select your vehicle, get your trade appraised, arrange financing and delivery. We'll deliver right to your doorstep, disinfected and ready to go. No matter what your past credit, Sunrise wants to get you financed. Immediate financing with next to nothing down. Need service or body work? Bring it to Sunrise or schedule an appointment online. Find new roads to Sunrise Chevy, 385 in Houston Levy, Collierville.
Hey, clones, you've heard me talk about Walmart delivery before, but now Walmart has the fastest delivery service yet. Walmart Express Delivery. Get groceries and more delivered from their door to yours with no contact delivery in 2 hours or less. Zero markups. Same low price as in-store. Don't let work, kids, an at-home workout, or whatever else life throws at you right now get in the way of getting what you need when you need it. Try Walmart Express Delivery today. Restrictions and fees do apply.
This is Eli Savoy from Sports 56 Middays. Join Greg and me as we hit the road again. That's right, we've been locked up too long, so we'll head to Frontier Western Store on Goodman Road in Olive Branch this Friday from 10 to 1. Come join us as we'll have all types of prizes and giveaways, as well as lunch catered by Moe's Southwest Grill. What a great place to get that special gift for a special dad with Father's Day on Sunday. We'll see you Friday from 10 to 1 at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, as we hit the road again.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations: on Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight.
Somewhere out there. This is tough right here. American Tail. Fievel. Looking at the stars.
Is that where this song is from? I was wondering how I knew it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Another underrated movie. Great movie. Fievel Goes West. Fievel.
Even though you know how very far apart we are. It helps to think we might be wishing on that same bright star. Come on. Oh. It's just, I get you right there.
Mm-hmm.
I get you right there. The Detroit Pistons, it appears, have a new general manager, Troy Weaver. The very first general manager to come in from the AAU ranks.
Oh.
He came from, he helped to build a program in D.C. back in the day and ended up joining the Thunder front office, was instrumental in helping them get Russell Westbrook back in the 10 or so years ago, and has been considered a potential GM candidate around the league for the last few years. And Detroit is jumping in and grabbing him. So Troy Weaver, the likely new Pistons GM, that according to Woj and others, including our friend Omari Sankofa.
All right,
confirms the news as well. I think it's nice. It's good to show that that this is not surprising, I suppose. But it's the first time that we've seen someone come in from the AAU side, and the team building from the AAU be a way to get yourself into the mix at the highest levels of the NBA front office side. So another feather in the cap for the AAU scene.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt that you're grabbing somebody who's been under Sam Presti for a really long time. Say what you want to about Oklahoma City and the Thunder, but Sam Presti has done a remarkable job. Look at recently. Just look at this year. The haul they got for Russell Westbrook for future assets, while still being way more competitive than we thought. And by way more competitive, I mean a playoff team. Like, he is somebody who, when we talk about one of the things that's really hard about building a team in the NBA, building a franchise in the NBA, is that era you have, everybody seems to go through it, where you're just in purgatory. You're in no man's land. And how do you rebuild? You're good enough to get to the playoffs, but you're not good enough to do anything in the playoffs. How are you supposed to build and rebuild? Should you tear everything down and tank? Can you rebuild on the fly? Sam Presti is one of those people who is showing that, hey, you can rebuild on the fly if you know what you're doing and make the most out of the assets you have available to you.
I think it's a notable hire, and we'll see if Tayshaun Prince ends up being part of the assistant GM setup, because that was what he's kind of been in the mix for here. Of course, part of the Grizzlies front office, but he's been in some discussions and some negotiations with Detroit. So we'll see what happens there. But congratulations to Troy Weaver, who's been it's been time. He's been ready to make the jump. We've seen a few from under Sam Presti make that jump. He is the latest one to do that. Coming up next weekend, I know we're all excited about celebrations and getting excited and parties and stuff. Everyone, getting the Juneteenth party together, 4th of July stuff upcoming. But you've also got next weekend, Shaq's Funhouse versus Gronk Beach virtual party.
These names are terrible.
Shaq's Funhouse versus Gronk Beach virtual party.
Okay.
Musical performances from Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
DaBaby.
Okay.
Steve Aoki.
All right.
Diplo.
Oh.
Those are the two, the sort of the techno guys.
Mm-hmm.
Carnage.
The Spider-Man villain?
Yes, he's on the ones and twos. Carnage, Venom, the Green Goblin, and Shaq as well. DJ Diesel.
Oh, DJ Diesel can get it.
DJ Diesel
can get after it.
DJ Diesel is going to get after it. Well, he's going to get after it. Shaq says, we want to be sensitive to people. That's why we want it to be labeled a party with a purpose.
Come again?
So party with a purpose.
How's a party? Wait, I'm so confused.
Said,
I don't know I know what those words mean, Peter. I have no clue what they have to do with one another, though.
I mean, I want you to listen how silly this is. The lead to this story. NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal and Tampa Bay Bucks tight end Rob Gronkowski believe that not only is it time to advance the conversation about social injustices in America, it's time to come together and heal. Like so many who have been affected by the deaths of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and the protests that have touched nearly every part of the U.S. and overseas, they wrestled with, what do we do next? What can we do to help? Recognizing their reach, not only as superstar athletes but iconic entertainers, they turned what we're hoping would be a real-life party into a 3-hour virtual fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
With all proceeds going to the NAACP Empowerment Program and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
Okay.
So
why not just say, hey, we're going to party, so
yeah, right.
Since we're partying anyway, we're going to take donations at the door.
I think
that is fine.
I don't think you have to justify a party by bringing in the, people need to, we want to do something social and people need this time is so important. It's vital for us to respect those that have passed away by, putting on a beach party featuring
Yes.
No, stop. Just
the world and so much turmoil really needs air horns right now.
Much like Dr. King and Malcolm X to the King versus Malcolm X dance party. What are we talking? Like, don't just have a party.
Just party and say we're taking donations at the door.
I've seen plenty of brochures. I've seen plenty of brochures for parties on various holidays of all sorts of things. Dr. King Day. I mean, there's all kinds of it doesn't mean that you gotta. You don't have to link it in with like some kind of just if you want to. It's okay to party. That's all right. I mean,
have we made a Boondocks reference this week?
No.
Okay, good. Because here comes one. In the Return of the King episode, Return of a King episode, the MLK flyer for the party is something else. It's just like, why are we putting Dr. King's picture on this? Who had the picture of Dr. King just like dripped out here recently?
There's a thread of various flyers, real flyers for this party. Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. See, this is the equivalent of that to me. Is like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, just you want to party, just party. Don't bring in some kind of, Don't act like you are doing something for social injustice and all. Just party and like give some money away. That's cool. That's good. I mean, that's a good thing to do.
Like, I laugh at the little flyers where they have like Dr. King picture Photoshop with the girl like in the twerking.
Yep.
In the twerking stance.
Yep.
Like,
does he have any chains or jewelry on? He's like, this is not what Dr. King is about. This is not what he was about. What are you talking about?
I think
this is a reverend for crying out loud.
Good Lord.
I mean, come on.
Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
I think recently, because the internet is ridiculous. I think recently they photoshopped Dr. King with some waves. They gave him the earring.
Yep.
And then what they put the AirPod in his ear.
Yep.
And was like dripped out or something crazy like that.
Twerk for MLK Day. That was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, come on, man.
There's one Mid Michigan Teen Parties presents Freedom to Twerk. Come on. I mean, what are we doing here?
Stop it. And believe BET has them all up. Why BET has all of these flyers? All you
have to do is look on Google image search MLK Day party flyer, and there are seemingly thousands of these.
What are you people? What's wrong with you people?
Some of them are are just kind of weird. Like one of them's got Pac-Man on it for some reason. It's got Jenga and Pac-Man and free fish while it lasts. So that's cool. And then some of them are just deeply offensive. One of them's got Dr. King with a crown, very similar to Jerry the King Lawler.
Mm-hmm.
So
here's my favorite. Boss N-Words Presents. It's spelled with an A-Z on the end. White people still can't say it. Each and every Sunday is Bad B Sunday, the official I Have a Dream bash. And it's Dr. King holding up wads of money with Ciroc bottles on there as well. It's like, come on. What are y'all doing?
I got you, CJ.
You got me.
I got you. Thug Holiday.
No! What?
MLK Weekend, Saturday, January 18th.
What is happening? Don't do it. People, I know we got some people who make party flyers. Listen, don't put Dr. King on the Freedom to Twerk party flyer this Saturday, January 18th. No, don't do that. Martin Luther King weekend.
In Bowman, South Carolina.
Come on.
Come on, Bowman, South Carolina.
Stop it.
We got
be better than that. Damn.
We cannot. Apparently, we cannot be better than that.
Clearly.
This is what you can't resist. It's too.
The Let Freedom Ring reggae party.
I can't.
What?
This is amazing.
Stop. I don't even know how we got on this. Oh, because Shaq and Gronk are doing
because Shaq and Gronk are doing.
Okay, now I remember. Just say, hey, we want a party, and we want to give the money, the proceeds from the party to NAACP. And President, what's going on over there? Is that?
I found another one.
No.
Cap Jam, MLK Weekend, ladies free all night.
Oh yeah.
On the caption, the caption was it trips me. Parking is very limited. Unauthorized parking will be towed. Early arrival recommended. What?
I guess they figured, hell, y'all marched across that damn bridge. Y'all can march from a different parking lot to the club.
But see, the thing is, the picture, they have Dr. King's face on it, and I guess they took the rapper's body, because you know how, rappers, they do like the little, gun salute thing that they do. They put his face on the body like he is like giving the gun salute. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so it's you have to laugh or else you just lose your mind. I mean,
Hey, you know what? You Negroes marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. You guys can march y'all asses across the street. We don't got a whole lot of parking. Come on over here. That's what Dr. King would want.
God, why this isn't, I mean, I don't know what's happening with this. I can tell you that's not something I think that would be particularly good. Now, it's very similar. I feel very similar to this with the Gronk and Shaq thing. I feel like we're doing a lot of that, like we're not far away from like some kind of George Floyd depiction or something. Like come on, don't stop it.
Don't put
stop it.
George Floyd's face on this party flyer, man.
Don't start
like
saying
you're doing
Ahmaud
this for
Arbery and George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. No, it's you guys just want to goof around. That's fine. I got no problem with it.
Yes,
go crazy. People need entertainment in their lives. It's not like everyone's got to just completely shut down entertainment. That's cool. You don't have to again. You want to have a party on MLK Day weekend? That's cool. Have a party.
Have a party, man.
But you don't have to leave Dr. King out of it. Leave all that stuff out. Just have the thing and donate the money. Cool.
Dr. King.
Don't be like, in honor of all that we've lost to police brutality, I'm going to try to eat as many, because they got a wing eating contest. I'm going to try to eat, the same number of wings as police brutality victims. Like, no, stop. Disrespectful. Come on, people.
Oddly enough, the Juneteenth party flyers I'm looking at are fine, like remarkably okay. And I would think that's the one that should have the ridiculous stuff on it because of what Juneteenth is. It's a celebration. It's a legit reason to party. And these are just like community block parties and Juneteenth celebrations and Juneteenth concerts. There's no picture of anybody holding up wads of money or dripped out with all this ice on. It's just real simple, nondescript. It's like, oh, okay, this is classy.
People clearly have gotten out in front of this thing. Good for them. That's right. Got to work on that. Got to work on that and the other stuff too. And got to work on this with Shaq. They got the wing eating contest. They've got a lip sync battle.
Okay.
A game of horse jousting. Shaq says there's a lot of stuff going on, and we are aware of that, and we hope to do our part. It's beautiful. That's going to be known as the Shaq's there's a lot of stuff going on speech. You remember when Dr. King stood up right there in Washington, D.C., overlooking the National Mall and said, there's a lot of stuff going on. Said we hope to help.
I have a dream that some of this stuff will stop.
So there's a lot of stuff happening, and we gotta maybe not do so many of those that stuff. I'm gonna do my part to stop the stuff, and then that was it. And then they had a lip sync contest. See what I mean? It's silly if you're gonna bring all these things in, then this becomes silly. Just have the party. I like to party. Who doesn't like to party? We all like to party. That's fine. No worries. Just party. Don't act like you're doing something special for any of these victims or anybody that's out there. You go donate some money and have some party. Cool. Excellent. Thumbs up. I'm in for it. Let's do it. We'll wrap this up after the break. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Want to get your voice heard? Hit us up on the First Bank phone line or First Bank text line.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet. The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Father's Day sale. For a limited time only, trade in your old clubs and receive a 50% bonus towards inline Callaway or Odyssey Stroke Lab products. All Nike, Adidas, Puma, and Under Armour apparel is now 25% off. Check out the Bushnell Tour V5 rangefinder, which measures up to 400 yards to the flag. And introducing Bushnell's Wingman, the world's first Bluetooth speaker with audible GPS distances. Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Father's Day sale going on now. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Foot odor throwing off your game? Stick to a winning game plan with Odor Eaters.
Featuring 3 advanced odor and wetness fighters, the lineup provides long-lasting odor control plus more to keep your feet on their game. Odor Eaters Powder provides outstanding moisture control. Clear Drying Spray is the MVP in preventing athlete's foot, while insoles work continuously to manage wetness while adding a layer of comfort. Pick up today at Walmart, Target, CVS, Dollar General, or other fine retailers. Odor Eaters, destroy foot odor with the best in odor defense.
Hey, it's me, your cousin, from Boston. I'm on the radio doing ads for Sam Adams. Now I'll be known as the Sam Adams guy instead of the dude who fell in the quarry. Sam Adams Boston Lager is crisp and refreshing, which is why I bring a six-pack wherever I go, except the movies anymore. Sam Adams, from Boston with love. Here's the legal part. Watch how fast I can read. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Drink responsibly. Now, is that 30 seconds? Are we even close?
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Song I wrote, you might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy.
Bobby McFerrin.
In every life we have some
I didn't know this
trouble.
Yeah, Bobby didn't have to join the super team, unlike Stevie.
What? Why?
I'm just saying. I'm just stating the facts.
Why are you dogging out Stevie
I'm just
Wonder?
stating the facts.
No, this is ridiculous.
I'm just saying. Bobby got his old-fashioned way. The way all the greats did back in the day.
So anybody in a band?
No, because that's the band. If that band hopped on a track with another band and then won, then that would be an issue. Barbra Streisand didn't have to hop on anything with anybody else. Roberta Flack didn't have to hop on anything with anybody else.
I mean, this is disgraceful.
I mean,
the ripping of Stevie, Dion, and Gladys.
No. Those people are fine. Because they weren't ever nominated for a Song of the Year. Stevie was nominated 2 or 3 times. He got to the pinnacle and just didn't have enough to get over the top. You think that would motivate him to do it on his own? You think he'd reach in and find his inner Jordan and say, you know what? Nah, it can't be this. I'm going to use this as motivation.
You
think Stevie would pull out pictures like Kobe was doing and be like, hey, you know what? This is going to motivate me. You
realize that it was a song designed to raise money to benefit AIDS research. Raised over $3 million.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
He still had to hop on that track to get a trophy.
It was also a cover. It wasn't even the original version of the song.
And he had to cover it. Like, come on, man. You think Stevie Wonder will walk around because we know Stevie can see and pull out pictures of Tina Turner like, oh, right here. Stevie, what you doing on that picture of Tina Turner? You can't see? It's motivation.
Man, you're dogging out Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, his first number 1 hit was 1963. And he's
are we talking hits or are we talking rings? Are we talking hits or are we talking trophies, Peter?
Listen,
how many rings he got?
This is not you. You're going to be out. You're going to be off tomorrow. Don't end the week like this. Don't end the week like this. Don't do that. Don't end the week like this with Stevie Wonder slander. That's not how you want to. That's not how you want to live.
Fine. I do love Stevie Wonder. I'm just teasing.
All right.
Having ridiculous-ass conversations.
Enjoy.
I'm going to miss that tomorrow.
I'm
not, because we're going to see each other. We can see you
tomorrow. I'm not going to talk to you on the radio tomorrow, but I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Everybody, we'll talk to you on Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Celebrate accordingly.
My man Gabe's going to come in and join us as well, so looking forward to that.
He's got small shoes to fill.
He's a big man to do it. Coming up next, he'll be there along with Greg and Eli. Middays, that's next. Y'all be good.